jealous because I'm like, damn it, I should have had that number. But you bring up these numbers, and I'll send them to you if you want, and you've probably seen them. The Chiefs are almost identical to last year because, everyone's moving the goalposts on the Broncos. If the Broncos can beat the Chiefs and they'll be a good team, then they beat the Chiefs. Well, what had happened was Kansas City's not a good team anymore. Actually, that's untrue. They are statistically, in advanced data, almost the exact same as last year. Roster-wise, they're almost the exact same as last year. They're just not winning the one-score games. I think they were 11-1.
11-0 last year.
And one-score game, 11-0.
11-0, and had won, going back to the previous season, 17 consecutive wins in one-possession games, an NFL record that I believe that will stand forever.
So this Chiefs win holds a ton of weight for me. Again, Kansas City's record isn't what it used to be, but that team's still good.
You have Travis Kelce. You have Patrick Mahomes, who we all can probably agree that he's the best quarterback in the league.
Right.
You got Andy Reid. So, no, they were fairly healthy. They were missing Isaiah Pacheco. I want to say that's it. So, no, the Denver Broncos team and defense is just that good this year. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they're good. They're not better than the Denver Broncos.
So his number one quarterback is Pat Mahomes. His number two is Jalen Hurts. Yours is Josh Allen.
No, we got Lamar.
Lamar. I forgot Lamar.
I actually do think there's a valid argument that Josh Allen in the last 2 years has been better than Pat Mahomes. I don't die on that hill because he's got all the hardware, and so at the end of the day, but I think
everybody knows better.
I think there is. I think there is a legitimate argument to be had that it's Allen.
Only
is the
one
league.
quarterback has a 3-touchdown, 3 rushing touchdown game twice. Josh Allen's done it.
Yeah, no one else has done it once. Yeah, 6
Yeah.
touchdowns in a game is just insane. 40 total touchdowns for 5 consecutive years. No one's ever done it 3 years in a row. So he's done things, and he's an ultimate elevator. And so is Mahomes, because actually Mahomes and Allen, they have not, these organizations, Kansas City and Buffalo, have not prioritized top skill targets. They just haven't. They have one in Kelce organically. But
they had one in Tyreek Hill,
They had one, but they moved on,
go,
just like Buffalo. They had one in Stephon Diggs. They move on. Gabe Davis, they move on. And they're like, you know what? We'll go with Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman, and he'll just get the best out of everyone. And even no Coleman, healthy scratch this
He was
past
healthy
week.
scratch. That was a controversy. Gabe Davis back. So a lot of moving parts here. But in our danger rankings, found only on Dover and Cecil, danger rankings, Broncos being the most dangerous, Patriots number 2 because they have the 3rd easiest schedule that they've played.
Mm.
And I've watched a lot of Patriots football, sick brag, bro, charting plays for the Patriots. They're beating the easy teams, which is good, and they've played some tough teams, and they've done really good. And Drake May is a really good young quarterback.
Yep.
But enter the Broncos defense. If we get an AFC championship with I don't care if it's here or there. I would like it to be here.
It needs to be here.
I would love it to be here. But even if it's new, I'm not afraid of the Colts in the danger ranking. The Colts were 3. Not afraid of the Colts. Not afraid of the Patriots. Because hey, you playing the Broncos defense, you're playing something different.
Yeah, and I would like the Broncos in if the Broncos were going on the road.
Yeah, let's say
for one of those, or are they hosting those games?
Listen, Buffalo is much tougher to play than New England or Indianapolis. Full disclosure. Buffalo is way tougher to play.
Honestly, I have to agree with that.
On the road
in Buffalo.
You've played there. You've played all those places.
It's damn near impossible to beat Buffalo in Buffalo. It's cold. The fan base is insane, just like Denver Broncos, right? Our fan base can go crazy. So can theirs, and they like to jump off of tables. Zach Bye likes to do it too when they light the table on fire. Like, who does that? They're harder than Josh Allen. You're going against Josh Allen at his house. It's hard to beat.
Well, here's the irony of this conversation. Buffalo has lost 2 home games in 3 years. One's to the Broncos, the other this season to the Patriots. So how about that? So in Russell Wilson's final season, Denver went into Buffalo and won Monday Night Football. Now there's context. If you remember, Josh Allen just couldn't stop throwing the ball to the Broncos, and there was the extra kick for Will Lutz with all that crazy context. And then Drake May doing it. I mean, Drake May looks fantastic. Now, you're right about their schedule. They have the easiest schedule in all of the league.
Thin like paper, man. You're just punching through it.
But at the same time, it's like they got to be saying in Massachusetts or the New England area much the same that has been said around here for the last 2 months. It's like, hey, we're just playing the schedule in front of us. We're just winning the games that we're told to kick off against. Like, this is not an athletic department that made their own schedule non-conference 4 years ago, and you're reaping the rewards of that. So I don't know. You know, I'll say this. The Broncos have the ceiling because of their defense of a Super Bowl. Because of the inconsistencies of their offense, and I know it was much better this past week, but now the run game is turned without a top 5 back. They have enough inconsistencies on offense that they could get got, you know, early in the playoffs if their defense isn't playing an A-plus game. So they are New England, Denver on like incredible runs here. But they're not; these aren't perfect teams. But we're not looking for perfect either. So there's a story for each of them. I'm trying to enjoy this ride. Is what I'm trying to do.
I'm enjoying this damn ride. But when I look at the Patriots, are they battle tested? That's the one thing that comes to my mind. Like, Drake May is having a phenomenal year. This is his second year in the league, first year really just turning it on. Mike Vrabel has done a great job. But also, he hasn't went against the Denver Broncos defense, which is fierce, which is going to get after you. It's going to pressure you. So it's going to be a fun matchup if that ends up being the case.
And I look at playoff football as about playing great defense, check, and running the ball. Oh, God. Because if you look at the danger rankings, Rams can run the ball. Patriots can run the ball. Colts can run the ball. James Cook is amazing. Bills can run the ball. Seattle can run the ball. Of all the top-tier teams, Denver's up there, but they're the only one that can't run the ball. So, Phil, I ask you, Zach, I ask you, are you okay if R.J. Harvey is just the 1 yard, negative 2 yards, 1 yard, 50 yards? Are you okay? Is Sean going to be okay if it's 11 carries for 30 yards, but then maybe the 12th carry is that 50-yarder? Like, is Sean going to have the wherewithal? Because J.K., we were so blessed, it was like the first carry would be 7 yards. Every time J.K. get the ball, it's 7 yards.
We're spoiled. We got spoiled.
But what if it, with R.J., it's like you need to get him to like 15 because 11's going to be 11 for 30, but that next one's going to be the 50-yarder.
I don't like that, especially with how disjointed the pass offense has been. Because if those two things, if you're going those 11 plays before you're waiting for play 12 and the passing offense can't recreate what we saw this past weekend, and we haven't seen it enough, like you could have these massive chunks of these games that are just ineptitude on offense, which we've already seen, you know, for big chunks of this season already. Now, somehow they've been able to overcome it. It feels like a dream a lot of these Sundays.
They do just enough.
Yeah, but I would say, and I was saying this before the Dobbins injury, so this is not a new take. R.J. Harvey does not strike me as a starting running back in the NFL. Doesn't mean he's not a weapon. Like R.J. Harvey is to the running back position for Denver as Marvin Mims is to the passing game. Incredible weapon. Down-to-down route runner, I don't think so. Doesn't mean there's not a place for him on game day, but I think that I would be in experimental mode here with either Jaleel or Bidet because, again, just what I see from Harvey, it just doesn't pass the eye test.
Running back by committee. They're going to have to be, Sean Payton's got to be a lot more creative, and you hear me say this all the time, a lot more creative with the run game. And now, truly, it's not just about handing the ball off and doing a dive play because you don't have J.K. Dobbins, who has great vision. Now it's about pulling them damn guards, getting these little running backs lost, and then going from there. The misdirection. Bo Nix. You want to see more of Bo Nix? We're going to have to see Bo Nix open up with his legs. We're going to have to see a different dynamic when it comes to the run game, and it's going to come down to Sean Payton being creative and putting these running backs in better situations because you don't have a J.K. Dobbins.
Well, as fate would have it here, already scheduled for segment number 1 or 2, really, can the Broncos make the most of what they have in that crucial area on offense? We'll continue this conversation coming up next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, fellas, happy Tuesday. And as you already know, erectile dysfunction is an issue, man. It's an intimacy destroyer. And research shows that men can draw away from their partners when eating affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can even blame themselves when ED becomes the problem. So fellas, let's get it treated. You need to go to Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today because their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. And I'm confident in telling you guys this, that they have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of these treatments can have you last an hour or even more if you want to last that long. So what you're going to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, which will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the kicker, gentlemen. If the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
If you're considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
Fall is here, and so are the savings at Corwin Toyota. Get a new 2025 Tacoma with rates as low as 1.99% APR for up to 60 months, or lease for as little as $39.99 down and $279 a month for 36 months. Or lease a new 2025 RAV4 for $39.99 down and $299 a month. Visit us up Pearl Parkway or shop online at CorwinToyotaBoulder.com. Corwin Toyota, family driven for over 100 years.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-4-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, Stoke here. At Colorado Joint Replacement, your hip or knee replacement surgery is their first priority. They completed over 27,000 joint replacements since 2005, and their expert surgeons are committed to helping you get back to the life you love. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at Denver Sports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with us and start growing your business today.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Tuesday, November 18th. Still bathing in the afterglow of such a signature win for the Denver Broncos that has them as the top seed in the AFC, top spot in the AFC West, and pushed Kansas City's head all the way down to an average record of 5-5. What up, Phil?
What's going on? The Kansas City Chiefs, we can call them the Average Joes.
Oh,
The Average Joes. Remember that show, Pros versus Joes?
I do.
Well, that's what it looked like when the Kansas City Chiefs came to town. They
Oh, my
thought they were
gosh.
on top of the world, and they were not. 9-2, the Denver Broncos. They're on a bye week. You know those players are turning up. You know Sean Payton is probably turning up because he has given them the whole week off. That's why he's a player's coach. We're talking about Sean Payton for a second. That's why players love him. They love him and they hate him sometimes, but you respect that man. And he is doing what's best for his team. He is doing what he thinks is going to help the team out when they come back and have to play on a Sunday night against the Commanders. And so I just know as a player, I would respect the hell out of him for doing that, where it's like you could have a situation where you're winning, you're 9-2, but you want to keep your foot on the gas even though it's a bye.
Yeah.
So we're going to have the guys come in, do some lifting, watch some film, maybe go out and have 1 or 2 practices. But they need this rest mentally, physically, and just to get out of here so that they can come back and go right back to work. But a lot of these players are probably still here in that weight room, in that facility, working out because they're on a high. They know what they're doing is special, and they want to keep it up.
Well, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, from a scheduling standpoint. And you go back to really Monday Night Football, where this streak actually started. It's just a little bit different of a setup, a Monday night, and then you were sequencing into a short week following Monday Night Football, going on the road to Philadelphia in that dreaded early East Coast start time that has been historically unkind to the Denver Broncos. And then you went right from that, from a short week in Philly, to going right overseas to play in England. And then Sean Payton turns down the bye week at that point.
And I was mad. I was upset. I was like, this is gonna be like that Thursday night game last year where it's like, Sean, what are you doing?
Correct.
Well, that's why I'm not the coach.
Well, it could have. You look, just because it works out doesn't mean that an alternate viewpoint couldn't have been heard. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a fair conversation for sure at the time. But you go from a Monday Night Football sequencing into a short week on the road, East Coast early start, then straight to London, coming back, turning down the bye week, playing the New York Giants, having the greatest single game turnaround in the history of any one NFL game, then having to re-gear up after the euphoric high of that comeback to play Dallas. They put it on Dallas, but then turn around and go right down to Houston, where they knock C.J. Stroud out of the game and get to play Davis Mills.
Find a way to win that one.
And then you're right back on a short week on Thursday Night Football against the Raiders. And then you go into Chiefs week, who is coming off of a bye. I mean, you really just take a step back in the last 2 months, and it has been a winding journey here for Denver.
Man, you went through that whole list. Has my body hurt? Has my body feeling like, hey, I need a break? My mind saying I need a break. And also, when you were discussing and you're going through this journey, there was so much context to it, so much drama. And this is why it's like, it's time to take that break, that step back, because there's been a lot going on for these Denver Broncos, for the coaching staff. Now, after maybe a week off with their kids, with their wife, that when they come back, they can just go straight to this business, and the offense can kind of stay on track.
Yeah, and you are different in terms of what your bye week routine was when you were a Bronco, because you just stayed home, right?
I stayed home. I'm from when I was at Denver. I had the luxury to be from here, so everything was right in front of me. My parents, my wife, everybody, her parents, and so I just said, you know what? I'm gonna keep this going. I'm gonna keep on top of my body. I'm gonna be in there, and I'm gonna act like it's a regular week, just so that when we come back, it's not a change in my body or mentally. I have to change back up or get ready or gear back up to having 3 long practices. It was just like, hey, you're still in the same routine. Now let's just go back at it. It's going to keep you healthy. And this is what it's all about. For the Denver Broncos to get to where they need to go or where they want to go, which is a Super Bowl, they have to stay healthy. So even on this break, they have to stay in it mentally in a certain capacity where they're having their fun, but also make sure that you're taking care of your body. Make sure you're still doing workouts. I had a teammate in Indianapolis that decided to go out of the country during the bye week, and he almost did not make it back. And so hopefully we don't have players doing that on this team where it's like, hey, I'm literally going to take this as an off-season thing and just go vacation and go crazy. Like, that wasn't a good move, and guess what? Shocker, we were not a good team. So for the Denver Broncos, I think everybody is on board with the same focus, with the same mindset, and it's a winning mindset.
I love it. I love it. I trust this team and the people, the actual human beings that make up the Bronco players. And again, it just takes one mistake for someone to screw up. But, like, it seems to be a mature group. Been talking about this since the summer. It seems to be a serious group. I remember Bo Nix one summer day at training camp. He said, we don't have any clowns here, And I just think that the maturity of this group is such that the majority of these guys will do the right thing. And that doesn't mean that they can't go party and can't go cut loose and let your hair down, go back to your hometown, college town, all that. But, just don't make any bad decisions.
One thing you always brought up during camp was how serious this team was.
Yep.
Every time that we stepped foot out there on the football field, now we weren't allowed to be on the field. We had to be on the side. But it seemed like this football team was so serious that they didn't have fun. But it's because they were so focused and they understand that there was a lot of pressure put on them, and they understand that they had a team that could do something like they're doing now. They're 9-2 for a reason.
Yep. Because
they put the work in. They've stayed healthy. They stayed connected with each other, and it's working because of that.
Well, you love to see it, man. I hope these guys enjoy themselves, play some golf, have some fun, and really, for most of them, and maybe especially Bo Nix, just get away from it just a little bit. The Bo is so tightly wound. Just get away from it. Go watch a show. Go watch Task on HBO, Matt.
You and this Task.
I'll tell you what. I'm almost done with it. I have one episode left. I actually lost a lot of respect for the opinions of Drew Spivak, who said that he stopped watching Task because it was boring, which is the most foolish thing I literally have ever heard. It's one of the greatest shows that I've ever seen. It has to do with the mob and the FBI and informants and
drama there.
Motorcycle. I mean, it is intense. Really good. Really good. So have Bo Nix step away from the game for just a little bit.
What did my man say when we had his collars on? He said, just relax, go get a massage.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes, when we were taking calls. Yeah. That's right. Yes.
Bo Nix, listen to my guy, man. Relax, go get a massage.
Maybe because of the bye week, maybe we open up the phone lines
Let's do it.
One of these days and connect with our listeners. I want to circle back and talk about the run game, okay? We'll put a pin in that for now. Bo Nix has been the most debated Bronco this season, but number 2 isn't that far behind. That's next.
The Broncos walked off the Chiefs and took a commanding lead in the AFC West. By taking down Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, did Sean Payton officially prove that Denver is a true contender? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening right now who are thinking about popping that question, and you need a diamond. So I'm going to save you time and money right now by telling you this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers, for that perfect diamond engagement ring, the ultimate holiday gift, or just because that special someone deserves it. This holiday, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, treating you just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Well, Todd, it couldn't last forever. The government shutdown is over. The IRS is back and ready to roll. What does that mean for folks who have an IRS bullseye painted on their back?
Well, Mike, we've seen this once before. They were completely closed during the pandemic. And what happened? They came out with their gloves on and started levying people. So now, if you have an IRS problem, it's way better if you can get a solution before you get the levy notice. You have more options, you have more time, we have the ability to do a better job. So if you're ready and it's time to get this IRS problem off your back, now's the time.
All right, Todd, I get it. The IRS is back. They mean business, but you know what? You mean business too. You've been doing this for a long time. You're ready to help folks out with all of their IRS tax issues. Give Advanced Tax Solutions a call today, 303-753-6040. That's 303-753-6040.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh man, I do a terrible turkey impersonation. Hey everybody, Dan Jacobs from Jacobs Law on 303 Law 4040. Those of you that listen to the Dan Jacobs Show know that I just love the holidays. But I also know these holidays in particular can be really tough on a lot of people, whether it's the government shutdown, inflation, the economy, whatever it is, or some people just have a hard time during the holidays as it is every single year. It's just a hard time of year for them. As always, we want to be here for you. If we can help out with a little bit of that with free food and groceries, we would love to have you any first or third Thursday of the month. Come on out to Eastern Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. We're even doing smoked ham and turkey this month in honor of Thanksgiving. So if you need it, anybody, no questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. 4 to 6 p.m., Eastern Hills Community Church, every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Bo Nix has been the most debated Bronco this season, most debated Colorado athlete. But number 2 isn't that far behind.
Not that far behind, huh?
And well, I almost say that in jest. It kind of is almost like any debate. Secondarily to Bo is gotta be really far behind because you're debating the quarterback of the Denver Broncos.
Nobody puts Bo in a corner. All right.
Who's putting Bo in a corner?
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying nobody puts Bo in a corner.
No. Oh, Dragon Slayer 69 got put into check because he tried to put Bo in a corner.
I'm dropping his name now.
Oh my gosh. I think 7-Eleven had a response
Oh.
You see that?
No.
7-Eleven, because he's sipping his 7-Eleven Slurpee in his mom's basement or something like that. And 7-Eleven's official handle was like he's living rent-free in your head. Like that person slipping that Slurpee is living rent-free. It sounds like bro is winning. Like
7-Eleven's like, what did I do?
Yeah. yes. And rent-free in their parents' basement as well, if you want to include that. And you know about that.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Come on, Mom. Get out of my room, Mom.
Oh, my gosh. So where are we at with the highly debated on game days, especially on social media? Where are we at with Riley Moss?
Now, are you calling him Riley Moss today, or are we going with Riley Boss, Riley Sauce? What is he today?
He is Riley Moss. Yeah.
Well, look, there's a lot of criticism that's going towards Riley Moss. Shannon Sharp obviously does not like Riley. A couple of our colleagues, do not like Riley. And I understand why. I understand that Riley Moss at times can be infuriating, where you look up and there's a penalty. You look up and now the offense is having another chance and a second chance and a third chance, and that can't happen. But I will say this. The cornerback position is the hardest position in football, because you're telling these cornerbacks that they have to backpedal, stop a receiver that's usually 6'3", 6'4", over 200 pounds, that could run a 4.4, 4.3, that knows the route, and they're really good at running routes. And you have this cornerback backpedaling that has to break out of the route or break out of his backpedal to try to stop him, or stick with these receivers that are running downfield. It's hard to do. And then the penalties go against these cornerbacks where they can't be handsy or they can't be touchy. So for Riley Moss, we know he has to get better. But I like what Riley's doing, Zach. I'm tired of everybody getting on top of my boy. Riley Moss is out there making plays. But also, when you're being targeted all the time, which he is, and Patrick Mahomes went at Riley a bunch during that game, there are going to be some times where you're going to get a penalty. Some of those penalties are ticky-tack.
The illegal contact one on the pick six that they took away from Jahdae Barron was criminal.
But this is what ends up happening in this league, because it happened to Garrett Bowles. When you're known for something, right? It wasn't Garrett Bowles. It was Garrett Holds.
Yep.
Referees talk.
I made that nickname, by the way, in 2017.
There.
Very
Garrett
proudly.
Well, Garrett knew that, too. He was like, hey, people are calling me Garrett Holds.
Well, it took off. Okay. But I remember on the first Sunday that I did it was like one of my first, because I was new to Denver. That was my first football season. So it was like one of the first Sundays
you
where
were trying to gain some traction.
One of my tweets took off. It was like, Garrett Holds.
I was like, Garrett, look at me. You're okay, man.
Yep, you're okay.
I believe in you.
Gosh, Garrett.
But the referee, I'll never forget the game, and I want to say it was against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
We're getting ready for this game, and the ref comes up to Garrett and says, hey, we're going to be watching you closely this game. The coaching staff on the other side, which was Andy Reid, has already talked about you. Just to let you know, give you a heads up. And I'm sitting there like, wow. Because of what Garrett has done and the referees throwing flags at him, he has been red flagged as a guy that you have to watch out for. So anytime a big-time run goes his way on the outside, my guessing is there's a penalty going to be thrown, because they're just assuming that he's holding. Well, that's kind of what it feels like with Riley Moss. That when Riley Moss has really good coverage or is sticky, or you have a receiver and him battling back and forth, that the referees look at him and say, okay, we're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Because of what he has done in the past.
Correct.
And we're just going to throw that flag.
Correct.
So Riley Moss is playing good football. He needs to clean up his footwork, his fundamentals, his technique. But he's doing a good job. The referees need to lay off of him.
We do not see Riley. And actually, I'm glad you brought up Bowles, because the same analogy can be said of Bowles. When Bowles was having his greatest struggles, we did not see DNs and outside linebackers just whooping him off the line of scrimmage, where he's just getting dominated and physically overwhelmed. Like, we did not see that. We saw technique stuff hurt him in the form of penalties. With Riley, we do not see him getting cooked and he's not in the frame of the wide receiver. Now, I'm not here to say, and I know you're not either, I'm not here to say Riley Moss is the perfect DB.
Oh,
okay?
He's not.
Not saying that. He's got some ways to go, and he'll tell you about it here in a second. But much like Bowles, we're not seeing someone just dominated. We're not. We're seeing some technique issues that need to be cleaned up, but his skill set is real, and I wasn't exactly sure where you were going to come down on this today.
Oh, you were ready, huh? You were ready for war with me.
Well, I'm sure we'll have some disagreements throughout the next 3.5 hours, but we don't really disagree here. I think Riley Moss is a good cornerback. I think he's an easy target for people on Twitter on a game day. All right. Was it his best game? No. Do you want someone giving up almost 90 yards in penalties? No. But at the same time, I think there's more depth to the conversation outside of he sucks. Because he doesn't suck. There's a reason that he's being graded out analytically very favorably. There's a reason why the coaching staff continues to trust him. So he's just got it. He's got it. He is, you know what? His problem, he's a little bit like Urban Meyer at the bar. Just a little too handsy. Just a little too handsy.
Well, when you're a handsy at the cornerback position, it's because you don't believe in your technique or you panic. And so for Riley, it's like, relax. Stop panicking. Just understand that you do have this technique, that you are athletic, that you do have this speed, and let that take over. Understand that you will have help over the top at times, so play it the right way. And then, of course, don't ever stop being Riley Moss. Don't let them take away your aggressiveness. That's what makes you you. Just be smart with it and understand when you need to get your hands up and start to look for that ball. So for Riley, he's doing a good job, and he's still young. This is his second season starting.
Correct.
And he's going to continue to get better, and he's doing a good job, and his boys are backing him. All right, you got Pat Surtain who's going out there backing him. You got the pass rush that's backing him. And so Riley is a guy that he is not going to waver. He is not going to sit here and get in his head. You can't as a cornerback. It's the one snap and clear mentality, and he has that. So for Riley Moss, keep being you. You are going to become Riley Boss at some point. Continue to work on your technique, believe in yourself, the footwork, the eye discipline, all that comes to play when you're a cornerback.
Here's Riley talking about his physical and aggressive style.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So it's tough for me because I'm physical at the line. I like to get hands-on, and then at the catch point, I like to get hands-on because the receivers most of the time are pushing off. It just depends, like after that underthrown one, and I was grabbing on him, that situation like that, I should have more depth and play, top down and make that play. But, for the most part, I'm trying to stay consistent with, how I'm playing in the positions that I'm in, trying to, make a play on the ball. But, sometimes, it happens. So I'm going to continue to be aggressive. I'm going to continue to play. But I'm gonna work on, because it's been a consistent thing. So it's time to figure it out.
It's been a consistent thing. It's time to figure it out. He is not delusional. He doesn't have his head in the sand. He knows he's got to clean this up. But you don't want to sacrifice while you're in the NFL while you clean it up as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be something you can clean up. Zach, I would have good games or a play where I broke for a 50-yard touchdown, and yet my running back coach would come to me and say, hey, you could have done this a little bit better. You could have set this block up, and now you wouldn't have had to do as much work. You're always cleaning up your technique. That's what the NFL is all about. Being a pro is cleaning things up. But don't overthink it, Riley. Don't overthink it. And I believe that VJ coach Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator over there, is saying the exact same thing. It's okay. You're going to get penalties. Don't stop being you.
And I also find it interesting. I'm just going to shoehorn this in at the end. I find it interesting that there is a level of criticism that is very loud with Riley, okay? And the same people, maybe Josh Dover and others, want to show a level of grace to Bo Nix in his second year starting amidst his struggles, right? No matter how, bad it can get on a Sunday. But with Riley in his second year as a starting, man, this guy sucks, get him off my football team. I actually, and not Dover, but I actually saw someone say, get this guy off my football team. Like, first of all, you're not the general manager. Get this guy off my football team. Like, what?
And you're not the owner either, right? This is not your football team, buddy. Sit down and watch the game.
But there is a reason why he is out there still. So, all right. You want to react to any of that? You can hit us up, ramoslaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. We were in the Biggity building to watch the Nuggets give their first disappointing loss of the season. But there was something within the game that made it sting worse. We'll get to it next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fees. You could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Hey guys, it's boy Mark Schlereth here. You've heard me talk about craftsmanship before, and Gravina's Window Center of Littleton really gets it. Right now, they're running their biggest Black Friday event ever. 30% off Infinity by Marvin Windows, plus 24 months, no interest, and no payments. In over 52 years serving Colorado homeowners, they've never offered anything like this. It's happening now through November 30th, so don't wait. Book your appointment today, 303-794-0490, or online at windowsforyourhome.com.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
It's Senior Day at Folsom Field on Saturday, November 22nd. Celebrate the Buff senior class as Colorado football takes on the reigning Big 12 champions, Arizona State. It's also the CU Athletics Hall of Fame celebration as we honor and welcome back Buffs legends. The 2025 induction class includes football greats Jeff Campbell, Mason Crosby, and Barry Remington. Grab your tickets now at cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain? Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at SpineOne.com.
The Wilhite Law Firm handles accident cases differently. If you're injured, we'll drive to your home, return every call, and keep you updated. After an accident, you want Wilhite. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins The Drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What? I'll tell you what. You know what? Last night's Nuggets game was missing. It's just a couple more dogs.
Oh, buddy, you're not lying.
Couple more dogs, man.
Too many people or players feeling sorry for themselves. Like,
yeah,
dude, I know it was a Monday. I know it's a Monday night, but you're here. You might as well go ahead and win the game.
Agreed. And look, and we were both there for this, watching this in person. I'm on the verge of saying it was an unprofessional approach. Okay, and I said that a lot last year. But this was a Bulls team, and you guys likely know the context by now. This was a Bulls team that had lost 5 games in a row, that was on the second night of a back-to-back in a game that went into double overtime. And the approach from the Nuggets was poor. The competitive spirit from most of the guys was just nowhere to be found. It's game 13. Yes, they're off to a great start, and both things can be true. They hadn't lost at home. They were 6-0 at home. But that was, the place was sold out. It wasn't like there was like it was like an empty gym, half empty gym. You know, it's like, dude, the place was packed, completely sold out. A lot of Bulls fans, actually. A lot of Bulls fans. And it was just, the effort just wasn't there. And this isn't game 63. This is game 13 at home against a team on the second night of a back-to-back that just went into double overtime. If an alien came down, they would have thought it was the Denver Nuggets who were on the second night of a back-to-back after going into double overtime.
Well, the Bulls had no business being in the game with the Nuggets, let alone winning. And so you have to sit there and kind of scratch your head and say, what happened? And you're right, Zach. It's the lack of effort for most of that game, especially early, where it's like, what are you guys doing? This is your job. Now go out there, execute, play some defense. Stop giving up open shots.
The defense was really, really hard to watch. I want to talk about that more here in about 25 seconds. But first, you want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf. It's the Fan Flyaway presented by 303 Law 4040. Connor Ryan. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize, which is 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Connor Ryan. Call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. It was the defense last night. It was the defense. And Chicago had a little bit of a different approach. They went small.
Yeah.
They went small. They spread everyone out. But the Nuggets were not interested in really guarding what Chicago was doing. And this is why Chicago last night took 53 three-pointers. That is insane. How did they take that many? Because the Nuggets just let them take the threes.
They didn't respect them at all. Here you go.
So many open threes last night. It was hard to watch. They made 19 of them, and it was good enough to win by 3 points.
And that's what it came down to. Defense. Offensively, we know that what this team is made of. They can be very explosive. You know, as a Denver Nuggets fan, when you're watching these games, that they're down a man. And that, of course, Cam Johnson came to play, and it was really good to see him finally open up.
That's the part that stings. Sorry, keep going.
No, for sure. Like, he finally opened up, but you have to still play some type of defense.
Yeah.
And for David Adelman, the first thing I would have said in one of the timeouts is, guys, just just put your hand in the air and wave it like you just don't care. I don't care. Make contested shots. Force them to shoot over you. That wasn't the case. It seemed like a team that didn't want to be there. We're talking about the Nuggets. Seemed like a team that was on a baby bye in their head, and they made mistakes. They made bad mistakes at the wrong times. Now, this is what really eats at me, is when you have your star player that can have a triple-double and still find ways, even though he probably doesn't want to be there on a Monday night, still find ways to do his part. Why can't everybody else do their part? Why can't everybody else have that same mentality? It has to be a championship mentality every single night. You're not going to win every single game. But when you go back and you're going to watch film, you're going to sit there and say, damn, it was a piss-poor job of playing perimeter defense, and that's why you lost.
Well, it was hard to watch. It really was, and it was disappointing because, the first half was what it was, and then you have a chance to reset yourself, and it's like, okay, hey, let's wake up, right? We have a second half of basketball here. Let's put our foot on the gas and play as hard as we can for 2 quarters. And they responded by letting Chicago score 40 points in the third quarter alone. 40 coming out of half. I mean, just not healthy. And then the other part, in addition to the defense, was the bench. The bench really had its worst game of the season. The bench has been really good this year. It has been. They did not play well at all. They actually got outscored, and I can't believe this is true. The Denver Nuggets bench got outscored by the Bulls bench 66-9. That is almost impossible. It reminded me of what we used to talk about week in, week out last year with how bad the bench was.
Yes.
But I don't even remember even last year the bench getting bludgeoned like that by the Bulls bench, 66-9. That's disturbing. I mean, like you're in single digits and they're close to 70. So it's hard to reconcile. And it's actually an incredible wonder that the Nuggets were in a position to win. I thought they were actually going to win that game, when they started to come alive in the fourth quarter. But it was just hard to watch.
And I know it's a one-off, but are you concerned at all? And it's early, but when it comes to just one thing we've always talked about, Zach, is this team is explosive offensively. They are going to get their points. But also, one thing that you could continue to say is defense. What do they look like, especially when they're going to go up against some of these tougher opponents? OKC, some of these teams that really can play and shoot from the three-point line, and perimeter defense being something that it seems like for this last year was bad, and right now at times it looks like the Denver Nuggets struggle with perimeter defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm legitimately concerned. I think the Nuggets will be fine. It's a regular season game in November. I think we'll probably forget about this one as the sands of time over the next couple months just bury this thing. But it needs to get buried. And it was interesting because Adelman, a loss like this a year ago under Michael Malone, you get the steam coming out of the ears. Adelman was much more measured and just relaxed, and I wonder if that's purposeful, with just contrasting styles with Michael Malone. Something to watch moving forward with Adelman, and obviously the defense, something to watch here moving forward with the Denver Nuggets. But, yeah, that was a bad loss. And any other version of bad loss is just not the truth. That's a bad loss. Okay, what is the Broncos' new projected win total? Current playoff probability? Odds of winning the Super Bowl after winning against Kansas City on Sunday, and also a side debate about Bo Nix. That's all next.
After weeks of up and down performances from the Broncos offense, Bo Nix stepped up and led Denver to a critical victory over Kansas City. Is the Broncos quarterback peaking at just the right time in his sophomore season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because at Soda Weight Loss, you could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before Soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks, no hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed just dropped rates again, and that's really great news for American homeowners. If you're feeling overwhelmed, thinking about the upcoming holidays, there is no better time than now to get your finances in order. With rates dropping, now is the time to pay off that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners access the equity in their home for instant savings. They're saving people just like you an average of $800 a month, and many are seeing rates in the low fives. That's a game changer compared to those sky-high credit cards. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. It costs absolutely nothing to find out how much you can save. The holidays are going to be here before you know it, so don't wait. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. American Financing can be reached at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Red Rock Roofing. Red Rock Roofing stands for greatness, which is why their free inspection videos offer you valuable knowledge and peace of mind about your Red Rock roof. Red Rock roofers use only the finest roofing materials on the market, installing roofs that'll stand up to all Colorado weather, and they'll even upgrade you to impact-resistant shingles at no cost. Call 720-735-ROOF. Visit redrockroofing.com. Red Rock Roofing, standing for greatness.
Pros don't just show up, they prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jim, it's late in the half here at Empower Field, and things are coming down to the wire at the concession stand.
Nachos are a solid choice, but Grant needs to finish strong here.
He scans his wallet and pulls out his Broncos checking debit card for 10% off.
Wow, savvy move. And with no surprise fees, he won't regret this order.
I don't know, Jim. That's a lot of cheese. Bank like a Bronco with Broncos checking from Int Credit Union. Insured by NCUA. Membership required.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a Tuesday where oftentimes you get to those, leftover thoughts, takes.
You like leftovers?
Yeah, I do.
Are you a leftover man?
I do. Like, not only am I a leftover man, almost every single time that I go out to eat, almost, I'd say 9 out of 10 times, what I order, I am keeping in mind what will hold over the best, because I don't eat a lot in one sitting for whatever reason. It's not some sort of brag, it's just how my stomach works. I've never been able to, even when I was trying to gain weight when I was 16, 17,
You're trying to take care of this body, right? It's all muscled up right now. You're eating healthy.
Dude,
you're playing basketball again. You don't want to eat a lot.
Dude, when I'm full, I can't eat more. And I know, it's just how my body works. I can't explain it. It's always been like that. Whenever I'm going out to a restaurant, when I order, I'm beginning with the end in mind of 6 hours from now, I'm going to eat again at 9 at night, So yeah, but all types of leftovers. How about you?
Yeah, I'm not a big leftover guy. Now I do eat it because my wife's like, hey, either you eat the food or you don't eat at all. So in a house of 5 growing up, we had a bunch of leftovers, but I got accustomed to the luxury of being able to eat whatever I want.
The good life.
Yeah.
Yes.
The great life, and if I don't want it, I could just go order some other food.
Sure.
But now having kids, wanting to eat healthy, getting a little older, so I try to just stay within what my wife cooks.
Yep.
And so we have a bunch of leftovers, and so I just swallow my pride. I swallow everything I want to say, and I eat the leftovers.
Yep. I got some leftovers here in the fridge that I'm going to have probably in the next commercial break. Dante, you a leftover guy?
Huge leftover guy. A little controversial here. I don't heat up my leftovers. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
It just depends on the food.
You must be an alien.
But I'm saying anything leftover pizza, leftover Chinese food, whatever. Unless it's just a steak, then I'll heat that up. But anything else, I'm good cold.
Yeah, you know what? I eat a lot of this stuff cold too.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I can eat pizza cold. Chinese food for sure. It just depends. Do I have the time and patience to heat it up?
Somebody heat me up, baby. I want to heat up everything. All right. I already don't want to eat leftovers. I'm not eating it cold, guys.
Got it. Noted. Okay, so we usually do this segment on a Wednesday. We're doing it on a Tuesday today, where we draw from ESPN's Football Power Index, and they gather every data point known to man concerning the game of football. They put it all together. They simulate the season tens of thousands of times, and then it spits out all these numbers, all right? And it's not just wins and losses. It's who you are in the run game, who you are stopping the run. All the facets of football get taken into consideration here. So according to ESPN's FPI, Football Power Index, the new projected win total for the Denver Broncos is over 12 wins. It is 12.3. So the most likely record as we sit here now is insanely 12-5.
That's insane. Now, before the season started, I think we gave our predictions. I want to say I said 11 games.
Yep, you did, and I said 10. I said 10 and 7.
11 games. The Denver Broncos are 9-2 with 6 games left.
Yep.
They're undefeated at home. They have a couple more home games left. I want to say at least 3 more home games left.
Yeah, they do. 3 home, 3 away.
So that right there, let's just say you go undefeated the rest of the season at home. That puts you at 12 games right there. You need one more game that you can win on the road. You're playing the Vegas Raiders on the road, who, by the way, just got blown out by the Dallas Cowboys last night.
Smacked.
So I see a situation where it's like Cecil was on to something. Cecil we're on these airwaves not too long ago saying that the Denver Broncos were going to win 13 games.
Yep.
I thought he was crazy just like you. But now that we're in a good situation where we're 9-2 and you still have 3 home games left and we play good at home, we play great at home, and the Denver defense is for real, I could see this team winning 13 games this year.
Yeah.
This is insane. This is Super Bowl, here we come. I'm like, Super Bowl, here we come. Yeah.
Super Bowl 60 is the Broncos until it's not.
Exactly.
Well, that would mean, 13 wins would mean going 4-2 down the stretch.
Yeah.
12 wins, what they're projected to achieve, according to ESPN's Football Power Index, is 3-3 down the stretch. 3-3 after winning 8 consecutive games would feel actually a little bit disjointed, which is crazy to think because the Broncos have put themselves in this insane position of luxury. But 3-3,
Are you starting to get greedy here? Like,
Well-
3-3? Like, hey, we should be looking down at the Denver Broncos if
No.
we go 3-3?
No, it sounds crazy, but I am reacting to the standard that they're setting.
Yeah.
Right? So I grade Jokic differently than anybody else because the bar that he has set for himself is so high. I just react to that bar. I'm going to be honest. Jokic went for 36 points, 18 rebounds, and 13 assists last night.
Triple-double.
I sound like a psychopath.
Don't say it.
I understand I sound like a psychopath, but I watched every game of this guy for the last decade. I didn't think he played that great. I mean, he started off 3 for 10. I mean, he was missing bunnies and stuff. And again, I sound like a psycho, but considering his standard, it's not just about the stats. It's about the eye test too and how it looks and feels.
They started slow. It was
They
a bad
did.
start for the Denver Nuggets.
It was. So it's one of those things where it's like, man, how could you say 36, 18,
Yeah,
and 13?
you do sound a little crazy
I
right
know
there.
I do. I sound crazy even in my own ears, but I know what I know, and I've watched what I've watched for the last 9 seasons, and I'm like, that's not even close to his best game. Not even close.
Okay, so that's how you're feeling about the Broncos. But for the most part, when you're talking about the Broncos, it's all about what the defense has done to help us win these games. Offensively, we've been bad up until last Sunday. You still need to see it again for it to be like, okay, this is who they are. Like, they're starting to kind of catch fire.
Offensively, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
offensively. It's a situation where it's like if the offense can look like this and find ways to stay relevant and find ways to make big plays throughout the game, not just in the fourth quarter, but the first, second, and third as well. Yes, they can win 13 games, but if they can't and they look like they did 2 weeks ago, well, then I can see a situation where they only win 12 games because you are going to play the Chargers that are still in it. You are going to play Jacksonville. You still have a couple tough opponents in front of you. The Raiders, yes, it seems like it's an easy game, but that's one of those games where you have to be careful with because you have a bunch of players that are playing for their livelihood. They're playing for their career, and you're a team like the Denver Broncos who feels like, hey, we can go in there, get an easy dub, and get ready for that next week. So if the offense cannot stay consistent like they were against the Kansas City Chiefs, I can still see a situation where they go 3-3 down this stretch where they have 6 games left.
Well, it would feel a little bit, I think, considering the context of who they're playing. Because, yes, the Raiders players will be playing for their professional lives. But that was the case last night, and they got beat like a drum, 33-16.
That's true.
They've lost 8 of 9. Like, the team is reeling. The only win in between there was the worst team in the NFL, Tennessee. So, the Broncos have earned the benefit of the doubt of me saying in this matchup, hey, yeah, they should win that game.
Yeah.
Now, if your mindset's not right and your approach is not right and your intensity and focus during the week isn't right, then you can get beat by the NFL's version of the Chicago Bulls, who had lost 5 in a row last night. But the mindset and approach wasn't right. It's pro sports. You can get got. But without that caveat, the Broncos should beat Washington. Washington's not having a very good season at all. You're talking about coming back down to earth, and I know they're playing their backup and all that. But these 2 games coming out of the bye, and by the way, Washington hasn't won in about 2 months.
Ooh.
Think about that. Lost to the Dolphins, lost to the Lions, lost to Seattle, lost to the Chiefs, lost to the Cowboys, lost to the Bears. Now, there's some good teams actually in there that they've lost to. Detroit, Seattle, Kansas City, Chicago. I mean, goodness. But that's a game that the Broncos will be, I think, heavily favored in. Heavily favored against the Raiders. And those are 2 back-to-back road games. That means 4 of the final 5 games of the year are in Denver, where you're currently undefeated. There's some good teams in there, but look, I think the goal should be to go 4-2 in the last 6 games, and I think if they do that, I do believe the Broncos will be the number 1 seed in the AFC.
So you're saying that they're going to get that bye? You're saying they're gonna get that built-in bye.
If they go 4-2, I think they will be the number 1 seed.
And that's what Kansas City has had for many years, where you get this built-in bye. You take advantage of beating up the division, so now you're sitting there at the top, and you don't have to go through 3 games. You just need 2 games, and that's your road to the Super Bowl. That would be great for the Denver Broncos, and you get to play 2 home games at that.
Right.
This is what's in front of the Denver Broncos, and this is why it is so important that Sean Payton makes sure that his players stay in the game, stay focused, because getting beat by the Raiders, that would be a game where it's like, what are you doing?
That would be deflating.
Yeah, very deflating, and it's something where you can end up having your hopes and dreams of having 2 home games and a bye slip away.
Yep. And this is where I got to be honest, man. This is where Sean Payton has earned a level of trust. Like, I believe that Sean Payton will keep these guys dialed in. I do. And I just, like, man, we can question some of his play calls and game day decisions, over the last 3 years. But at the end of the day, like, Sean Payton, when he needs to get these boys, like, ready to go, like, it almost always passes the smell test. So I'll just trust them. And I think they've earned that benefit of the doubt. So if they go 4-2, I mean, now you got to keep New England in mind, obviously, Indianapolis in mind. Yeah. But, man, you take care of business here down the stretch. Anything is possible.
Oh,
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. I mean, it's already a situation where it's like, are we living in a fairy tale?
Right. Kind of feels like it.
It really does. Now, with that being said, you still have this run game that has to get it together.
Yeah.
You have to figure out that part. You have to figure out Bo Nix and make sure that he can still be consistent throughout these games. And then defensively, they got to stay healthy. All of this is all about health, about Bo Nix, and now about that run game. Can you stay consistent with the run game? Pick up the yards when you need to, break a couple off when you need to, so that you can force defenses to keep a defense honest and respect the run game.
There's no doubt about it. That's going to be one of the biggest themes here over the last 6 games of the season. Can they figure this out on the fly with what they have? Because the opportunity to add has passed, and now you've only lost in that room in terms of Dobbins. So we'll see, and we will circle back to that, because I want to ask a question relating to the run game, and maybe if the Broncos had a do-over this past spring, would they pick up the option to do that? So we'll ask that question a little bit later in today's show. To finish up the numbers here, so yeah, if you're just joining us, new projected win total for the Denver Broncos is over 12.3, according to ESPN's Football Power Index. Their playoff odds, this is hysterical. Last week we were fired up because it got from the 80s into the 90s at 92%. The playoff probability for the Denver Broncos is now at 97%. I mean, it would take a full-blown collapse and all-out chaos around the NFL for the Broncos not to make the playoffs at that point, which I think we're just taking as like a given right now. The divisional odds, 77% likelihood to win the division. The next closest is the Chargers at 14%.
Whoa.
Yeah.
14% for the Chargers?
Uh-huh.
9-2, have a chance to win the division.
Pretty crazy.
It's crazy.
77% likelihood. The probability that the Denver Broncos are playing on the divisional round weekend, all right, is 64%. So even if they don't finish the number 1 seed, which is this is built in for the possibility of that, the chances that they're advancing past the wild card round is still at 64%. Super, super healthy. The AFC title game probability, so you're playing on the NFL's Final Four weekend, is 34% likelihood. Okay, this was in the low 20s last week.
Yeah.
The chance that the Broncos are advancing past the AFC Championship game and playing in the single biggest game in all of American sports, playing in the Super Bowl, the likelihood is 17%, which I just think is like a really, really, really healthy number. Like, really healthy number.
You still got 6 games left.
You're right.
We've been doing a great job of beating teams, especially at home. You have 3 home games left. Like, I can't imagine what this is going to look like in a couple weeks, because I do believe that the Denver Broncos are going to handle business and beat Washington. They're going to beat the Raiders, and you're sitting there with 11 wins with 4 games left. Like this, it's getting fun. It's getting fun for Broncos country. It's getting fun for those players in there because I know being on the other side of it, it's like when you're losing, you just can't wait for the year to be over. You already have your plans, your vacation plans, your flights out. You're going to have to stay one more day after the season's done to go through physicals, and then you're done. But when you're winning games, and I got to be on the other side of it with Miami where we're winning games and everything's out in front of you. And it's like, guys, like we need 2 more games and we're in the playoffs. It's fun. It just feels different. You want to go to work. You want to put in the extra time. You want to put in the extra work on the football field because you know you have a chance. With the Denver Broncos, not only do you have a chance, you know you're going to the playoffs, but you have a chance to have home games here. You have a chance to go to a Super Bowl. I can't even imagine what that feels like for those guys in that locker room.
Well, seeing these guys as Will Lutz's kick went through the uprights and seeing like the reaction from Nick Bonito, sprinting on the field, full-blown screaming, arms out like Jimmy Valvano in the mid-'80s. I mean,
let's go!
Garrett Bowles going into the tunnel and screaming towards the Broncos country. It's special. And that's when like we say, hey, these men play a kid's game. They do. But when you're winning like this, men get to play a kid's game, but they also get to act like the kid as well.
Yes. Yes, and for people like Jaquan McMillan, everybody loves a winner. Everybody loves a winner. When you're doing as well as he is and you're winning games, it's easier to get paid. So not only are you like, hey, we're having fun, we're 9-2, you're waking up a winner, but also in the back of your head, you're saying if you're a player that's on his last year of his deal or has a chance to get paid, you're like, I'm going to get the bag. And that's kind of the ultimate goal, too, is winning and getting paid.
Of course.
Like, there's nothing better than that.
No, that's having your cake and eating it, too.
Yes.
I mean, truly. All right, the chances that the Broncos, I just told you, probability that they play in the Super Bowl is 17%, which is just insane. The chance that they win the biggest game in professional sports here in the United States is 8%. So all of this is just so incredibly healthy. I mean, it's just absurd. It feels like we are living that fever dream, and don't wake me up. Don't wake me up. So this is so cool. I want to have because I know you wanted to have it yesterday, the conversation about Bo Nix.
Oh, we're taking that pin out.
You take the pin out.
Take the pin. There was like 10 pins in it, Zach. I took them all out. Let's go. Let's Bo.
So this is a side conversation, and I want to make sure I emphasize that because right now, like Broncos country is just rallying together. So I don't want to overemphasize like what could potentially be a divisive conversation because really what it is, it's semantics. And when I say that, the conversation that we're going to have, when I say it's semantics, like my opinion on it or your opinion on it, it doesn't impact what's actually going on.
Yeah.
We're having fun reacting to what's going on, but we have had this side conversation for probably like a month and a half now, and the side conversation is Bo Nix, and you guys can hit me up, RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043.
Bring in the heat.
Is Bo Nix currently already a franchise quarterback? Does he have that label, like he's got it right now, or does he still have room to grow to obtain that label?
And I'm going to continue to ask this question to you because this is about you and me when it comes to this because
well, it's not just us because the market has been having this conversation for a couple months too.
Yeah, but the reason why we keep bringing it up is because we're on 2 different pages. Ultimately, we have the same thing in mind. Like we believe, you believe, I already believe right now that he's a franchise quarterback.
Yes.
But
we walk the same road for like 3/4 of a mile, and then in the last
I start jogging.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm young and my kneecaps work a little bit better, and you're still limping.
We kind of go our separate ways at the end of the road.
Yeah, and so I keep on having to reverse back to try to pick you up because I'm a nice guy. And I'm like, come on, get on the Bo train, get on the franchise quarterback train, and let's Bo. Let's go now. And yet you still refuse. At that time, you still refuse to take my ride. I don't know what's going on. Does my breath stink? Are you uncomfortable with riding with me? What's going on?
No. And just to restate my position, I believe Bo Nix is on his way to becoming a franchise quarterback. I believe, and I said this before the season ever started, this combination of Greg Penner, Sean Payton, George Payton, and Bo Nix, I believe they're going to win a Super Bowl.
Could be this year.
This is before they were 9-2. This is when they were 0-0. I just believe in the operation. All right, from top to bottom. I think they have organizationally what they need. But what I had said a month and a half ago is that I don't think that you could anoint someone that title. I think they have to go earn it over a period of time. I've seen young quarterbacks burn bright and then fizzle out. I've seen young quarterbacks be MVP candidates and just fizzle out. And I'm thinking of Carson Wentz in my head when I say that. And that, like, Bo Nix has yet to win a playoff game. And so while you think he's there right now, I just think that it has been, look, Bo just played his best football game. So this is not about anything like tearing down Bo or anything like that. But in aggregate over the season, it's been, for Bo, a step back in total.
Yeah,
in total.
yes.
It's been a disjointed offense. So you look at the four, like, look at the different phases of the football team. You agree that the defense is the strength of the team, right?
Hands down.
It
Hands
can't
down.
even be debated.
That's the backbone.
They're the league's best defense. Then within the weakness of the team is the offense. But then we would say, what's the strength of the weakness? In total, it's been the run game.
Yeah.
Right? So you have this last quarter of it in the passing game. And the thing, and I'll say the same thing I said 6 weeks ago when we initially had the conversation. The thing that separates, and this is true in sports, just across the board, stars are stars because when you go outside on a clear night, the stars shine every single night.
They shine bright.
Every single night. And that's the difference, is the consistency. That's the only thing. And just the time on task. Bo can't control. He's in year 2. He's not in year 5.
He hasn't. Experience is still there. He needs more experience, which, of course, all these young quarterbacks need.
And it's sample size, so he can't control that. What he can control is the consistency, and he's been very inconsistent, much more inconsistent than his rookie year, which is hard to believe. So because of the consistency factor and the disjointed nature of the passing offense that he's primarily responsible for, which has been the weakness of the offense, which is weaker than the defense, you don't want to hear, a lot of our listeners won't want to hear, and I'm a hater, that's fine. But I would say I still just am continuously gathering information to give him that label.
And that's fine. Like that's how you feel. It's a cute feeling. All right, at some point you got to shake that off, Zach, because the name of this game is winning, not stats. Of course, if you want to get to the Hall of Fame, you need the stats. Young.
But I didn't reference any stats.
No, you didn't.
Just eye test. Just watching the games.
Yeah, the eye test. But what's the eye test telling you? By the end of that game, who's winning? Who comes up big at the end of that game for
Bo
you?
Nix.
Okay.
Huge step in the right direction. Huge step in the right direction.
Isn't that why we praise someone like Josh Allen? Isn't that why we praise Patrick Mahomes? I'm just saying. I'm not talking about stats.
No, don't put Bo Nix in that category yet.
But what I'm talking about is winning.
Yes.
Winning.
Yes.
Bo Nix has been here, all right, with the NFL for 2 years, and it hasn't been
a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yes.
And all he has done is win. 10-7 last year. All right, got to a playoff game the first time since 2015 or was it 16?
But you're assigning all the Broncos' success to Bo Nix when you give him this label, not the league's best defense.
But also, like, this is a team sport.
It is.
Even for Josh Allen, as great as he is, you still need somebody else to help you out.
That's why he hasn't won bigger.
All right, but he's winning. He's winning enough to be there. It's hard. The only two, and honestly, the only one guy who has been consistently winning games and winning a Super Bowl has been Patrick Mahomes.
It's true.
And even at times with Patrick Mahomes, we can sit here and say it's because of some of the things the defense was doing and not him, especially towards the end here with some of these Super Bowls. And some of the reasons why Patrick Mahomes has lost is because of him not doing his part in a Super Bowl.
I don't know about
Come
that.
On,
I mean, he's
Zach,
been running for his life. I mean,
okay.
against Philly, they were just overwhelmed and outmatched.
You know what? But they get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? There's no excuses. You get there, you find a way to win.
I just would not like. I am still. You asked for my opinion.
Right? And that's it.
And I am still like. I think. See, because here's what we haven't said. Like, and I don't come in here after like they struggle 10-7. Be like, how's your franchise quarterback, Phil? Because I don't want to do that because I believe he's going to be he's on his way. Yeah. I believe he is on his way. But can a guy be a franchise quarterback if he's never won a playoff game ever? That's still And then Justin Herbert gets in that gray area because he hasn't either. But
he's been in the league longer. And
he has
great stats in the regular season. And
he does.
My guessing is he's going to do it again this year, where he's going to find a way to get to the playoffs and get his ass handed to him in the first game. And then we're going to be sitting here saying, what's wrong? Where you have Bo Nix, who, yes, a lot of it has to do with the defense, but he's coming up big for you. There's some of the things Bo Nix is doing that I don't necessarily think that, because some people out there can say Jared Stidham can go out there and do better. There's some things that Bo Nix just has. And it's that clutch gene that a lot of players in basketball and hockey and in football, they just don't have. And it's something that is within him. He's special. He's a special player. Now, of course, some people are like, hey, you need to see more. But what I'm seeing here is real. A kid that when it matters the most comes up big for you. A kid that's standing toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes for the second straight year.
He outdueled him. He did.
Outdueled him twice.
He did.
Twice. A kid that when you tell this man, go make a damn play, he's going to make that damn play for you. That's all I need as a player. That's all I need to know is my quarterback is ready to roll when it matters the most. You got 60 minutes of football. All right, and you got to rely on your defense. You're going to have to rely on that damn special teams. But when it matters the most and the game is on the line and you look at that man right next to you on the left or right and you say, let's go to work, boys. You know that you're in good hands when Bo Nix steps in that damn huddle. When he gives you that play call and he says, hey, Troy Franklin, I'm looking for you. Get your ass open. That's a franchise quarterback to me. It gets me going because I wish I had somebody like that, or to get in the huddle and say, man, I know we're going to do this because we got a quarterback that believes in what he is doing.
It's a drive on the Fan.
Do the Colorado Avalanche have a new competition on their hands?
Anybody who thought, hey, as soon as Mackenzie Blackwood is healthy, he's the number one guy, he gets his job back. Nope, not going to happen. And the Avs do have themselves a legitimate goaltending battle.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, Brandon Stokely here. Colorado Joint Replacement is part of Advent Health, one of the nation's largest healthcare providers. They offer innovative hip and knee replacement surgery with expert, compassionate care. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
Gobble. Oh, man, I do a terrible turkey impersonation. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs from Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Those of you that listen to the Dan Jacobs Show know that I just love the holidays. But I also know these holidays in particular can be really tough on a lot of people, whether it's the government shutdown, inflation, the economy, whatever it is, or some people just have a hard time during the holidays as it is every single year. It's just a hard time of year for them. As always, we want to be here for you. If we can help out with a little bit of that with free food and groceries, we would love to have you any first or third Thursday of the month coming out to Eastern Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. We're even doing smoked ham and turkey this month in honor of Thanksgiving. So if you need it, anybody, no questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. 4 to 6 p.m., Eastern Hills Community Church, every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
Cake Mortgage Corp, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 1734623, licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. These days, we expect everything fast. Streaming, food delivery, even same-day shipping. So why should using the equity in your home to get cash be any different? At Cake Mortgage, we get fast. We just got a client approved for $300,000 in under 24 hours with our Cake Fast Cash program. If you're struggling with high-interest debt, roll it into one low monthly payment and save hundreds or more each month. The best part? You'll keep your current mortgage rate and only pay for what you use. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked fast cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com. For thousands of 5-star reviews.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they have a generous deal on windows. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase. On top of that, they want to be a part of your Thanksgiving celebration. They will provide you with a $100 gift card to your local grocery store to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. Call 5280 Exteriors today to take advantage of this special November promotion. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
Let's come off the top rope with it! All righty. Hey, good conversation. A lot of reaction to it. And again, I said it's like a side quest conversation. We're just talking here, and I thought you had a great little rant there to end the last segment. I didn't even want to add to it because I thought it was really good. Because I say this, I agree with a lot of the stuff that you're saying.
Yes.
I genuinely do, and it's hard to disagree with a lot of the stuff that you said. Lot of reaction. Someone says, by Phil's definition of a franchise quarterback just wins, Tim Tebow was a franchise quarterback. That's from Derek in Centennial.
This is different than Tim Tebow. This is
clearly.
You said that, even for Bo Nix, it's like last year, his rookie year was phenomenal. This year, of course, he has taken a step back. He's leaning on his defense. but he's coming up big. And he did have a good game against Kansas City, and if he would just do what he did against Kansas City and set his feet, step into his throw, have that confidence, he'll look like that more times than not.
Yep. And for me, again, the last layer is just the consistency.
Consistency, yeah.
That's all. I got to read this one. It's a little backhanded compliment, but I'm going to read it. I got to admit, I usually can't stand Phillip's takes on things, but he totally just fired me up just then, talking about Bo Nix and how your quarterback is going to make a damn play when he needs to. I could feel the passion in his words. Best segment of his radio career.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, pretty good. More people agreeing with you after what you said.
Yeah.
Based on what we saw this past Sunday.
For sure.
If we did the same segment last Friday after the Thursday night, there may be, because it's working almost like a power ranking week by week.
Which is
you know
insane.
What I mean?
It's insane to think.
So, all right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, moving along here. Power rankings. All right, where are the Broncos in the latest power rankings from coast to coast, Mr. Phillip Lindsay? ESPN finally has them in their top 5. Even despite winning 7 games in a row, they were only 9th a week ago, according to the folks in Bristol. They are 5th today. Pro Football Talk has the Broncos at 3.
Okay.
Yahoo had them 7th a week ago, has them all the way up to 3rd as well. CBS Sports has them now in the top 5, much like ESPN had them 9th a week ago, up to 5th today. Sports Illustrated was the only power rankings that I could find that has the Broncos outside of the top 5, and they have them at 6. And the 5 teams ahead of Denver right now were the Bills, the Seahawks, the Patriots, the Eagles, and the Rams.
Well, we're not going to go with Sports Illustrated then. They don't know what they're talking about.
You can't have, and you know my heartstrings, but you can't have Buffalo over Denver right now. You can't.
Not right now.
Not right now.
No. Honestly, I like number 3. Now, somebody might say, well, what about 2 or 1? No, not there yet. Now, if Bo Nix can stay consistent like you've been talking about, then yes, they're going to work their way up to being number 1. But you still have to get past someone like, it's not even the Eagles to me. It's the Rams. When I watch the Rams with a quarterback in Matthew Stafford, who is the real deal.
By the way, MVP favorite right now, Matthew Stafford.
As he should be. And he has done it before. The receiving core around him, the defense that's playing well, and Nate Landman, my former teammate with the Colorado Buffaloes, making a name for himself. Shout out, Nate.
Pretty cool.
I would have the Rams probably number 1. I would have the Colts because they beat us number 2, Denver number 3, and then the Patriots number 4 because, to me, the Patriots have not played a tough schedule just yet.
All right, good stuff. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, the first college football coaching domino fell yesterday. Virginia Tech is going to hire James Franklin. How about that? Franklin was originally owed $49 million from Penn State, all right? That number now turns into $9 million. Would you take another job weeks later if you had a $49 million settlement waiting for you?
No. I'm going to wait it out. Spend time with my family. Go on as many vacations as possible. And then, after I spend, my guessing is like $2 million, so you're still going to have $47 million left because I'm going to wait on that settlement.
Yeah.
Then I'll go back into coaching. Take a rest.
Dante, would you jump right back into coaching and take a $9 million buyout, or would you stay on the sidelines even if your heart says you want to coach and collect the $49 million?
I think I would take at least 1 full season off. I think that's fair. Maybe 2 full seasons, really, get a reset, maybe refine your love for that profession as well on the time off. I'm with you, Phil. Yeah, spend some time with your family, go on some vacations. You got $49 million. What can't you go do?
Come on.
I think so too, man. Just take a beat. Travel around the country. See how other programs do stuff. Tap into some friends in the coaching world.
Yeah.
Spend time with your family. Collect that huge check. Because here's the thing. If you're going to not stay on the sidelines and you're going to get back into coaching weeks after you just got fired and forego all that money, boy, I thought it'd be the Florida job. Something like that.
Yes.
Like a higher profile job, not Virginia Tech. Now, Virginia Tech, I think, is a solid job. And my guess is James Franklin is going to do really well there and go somewhere else in 3 years. But yeah, this was man. I guess he just wants to get back on the sideline.
He loves coaching.
Yeah,
So respect that.
See what he does in Blacksburg there. Did you see Cam Scattaboo on Monday Night Raw?
Oh, Cam Scattaboo.
Dude, he just snapped his leg. He's got the walking boot on, and there he is, ringside, taking a little bump from. I'm just like, if I was a Giants organization, I'm not necessarily thrilled about what I saw there.
You know what, Zach? I usually I'm on the player side, but I'm with you on this, right? You just had a gruesome injury. We need you for the next year. If something happens to you where you're sitting there front row and you get bumped and something happens now, we got to go back and redo the surgery, and it's on you. Cam Scattaboo's young. He's excited to be in the league. He's excited for what he did, knowing that if he would have had a full season, he would have had a lot more opportunities to have some big plays. So he's just feeling himself right now. Has the gold teeth. He had the gold teeth or the grill in.
Unbelievable. That is definitely feeling yourself. Abdul Carter was there too, right? Was Abdul Carter with him?
He definitely had some teammates with him because there was a massive guy, had to have been an O-lineman.
Yeah, I thought I saw Abdul Carter there. I may be making that up. No, he was there. Abdul Carter was there. But I just think that's interesting because Abdul Carter was just sleeping through like a team meeting. And this just goes to show this is how dysfunctional organizations work, right? It's like you're sleeping through team meetings, but there you are on Monday Night Raw. It's just the culture there.
Bad culture.
It's just bad culture. I would like to believe that a Bronco wouldn't even need to be told not to do that. You would just know not to do that on the same week that you screwed up and it was public. So you got something here, Dante?
I was just saying, Cam Scattaboo was built for the WWE.
Totally.
The little stare down he had with the guy first was
really
hilarious.
good. Really good. I thought he did really good, man. You got to be able to act there, and obviously it's scripted, but they do physically beat on each other. And I know some people are like, WWE is fake. Well, guess what? Here, newsflash, right? Newsflash. Tom Cruise, not actually a fighter pilot. Samuel L. Jackson, not actually a Jedi. It's okay for a collection of people to suspend belief and just enjoy what they enjoy. It's okay. Everyone will live.
You think Cam Scattaboo was jumping off couches in his house and doing all the crazy stuff growing up?
1,000%.
I feel like that was a dream come true for him.
Hitting his head on a wall during college.
Who did?
Cam Scattaboo before the game.
Oh yeah.
Crashing his head against some concrete.
Psycho. All right. Where are we at, Mr. Phillip Lindsay, with the curious case of Troy Franklin? That's next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Happy holidays, Colorado.
Dave, come on. Isn't that a little early?
No. Who wants to wait for savings? No one. Lock in our below market 4.75 5-year fixed 5.81 APR.
Wait, you have a 4.75% rate fixed for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. Our trademark lowest rate for life program allows you to lock in savings today, and if the market does improve after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. This is the best program in the industry. Plus, our holiday bonus, no payments until January of 26, and access up to $15,000 cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I know you didn't plan to hear from me this early, but I'm tired of lugging this bowl full of jelly around. That's why me and Mrs. Claus are with Soda Weight Loss now. I'm losing 6 pounds a week. My knees are loving my results, and I'm keeping up with the elves again. And the wife, she's all about this healthier me. Keeps telling me I'm slaying.
Ready to slay all those holiday pictures? Get photo ready and join Soda Weight Loss right now. When you join, your partner joins for free.
With all the weight I've been losing with Soda Weight Loss, they're going to have to make a whole new Santa suit for the big ride.
Real support and help from nutritionists who are just a call or text away. Take advantage of Soda Weight Loss's partner program. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
After a car accident, you might wonder, do I really need a lawyer? But at Postman Law, we go beyond the courtroom. We're your single point of contact for insurance, medical bills, and doctors. Get the outcome you deserve without the headache.
Call 844-POSTMAN, attorney advertising.
Colorado's favorite appliance store is celebrating huge savings during our Black Friday sale going on now.
Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance.
Craft your dream kitchen and save up to $4,400 on select KitchenAid appliance packages. Enjoy a special financing and our price match guarantee with exclusive offers you won't find at big box stores. Visit us today and experience the difference. When you think appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, feeling cooped up this winter? Mark Schlereth here. You know these Colorado nights can get freezing cold with your furnace running non-stop just to keep things cozy. But here's the thing. While your heating system is working overtime, it's also blowing dust, dirt, and debris through your air ducts and straight into the air you breathe. That's where Ductworks comes in. Your trusted air duct cleaning experts. Using a powerful combination of scraping and vacuuming technology, the Ductworks team clears out years of buildup, grime, and other gunk hiding in your ductwork. The results? Cleaner, fresher air, better energy efficiency, and a healthier home or office for you and your family. Don't wait until spring. Breathe easier now with top-rated service from Ductworks. Call them at 303-425-0985 or visit them online today at ductworks.com for a free residential or commercial estimate.
303-425-0985.
Happy holidays from Done Right Home Improvements. Putting off that home makeover till after the holidays? Well, good, because book your project now for install after and save 16% or get a great financing deal. drhi.com.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
I want to talk about the curious case of Troy Franklin and where we are at with the young pass catcher. But first, you want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf. It's the Fan Flyway presented by 303 Law 4040. Joshua Garner, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Joshua Garner. Call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Okay, Troy Franklin. Man, what a I use the term, curious case because he is he's got two sides to a coin, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. He's very. I don't even know what the word. I don't want to say inconsistent because there's so much drama around him.
Yeah.
And what he brings to the table. And last year, and how that when they drafted Troy Franklin, and when Troy Franklin actually went on his phone when they drafted him and told everybody that like they're gonna see a different side of him, and they made a big mistake by a bunch of these teams passing him up.
Yeah, he was not very happy.
No, and then last year, he was inconsistent, and he was dropping footballs. And during camp, we had conversations where if he wasn't a high draft pick, he probably would have been cut. The next year during OTAs, he started to turn it on. Sean Payton talked highly of him. We got to see it during camp where he was very consistent and a lot more comfortable in his skin. And now, going into this year, he has been a guy that you look at as making big-time plays for you. And he is a lot more confident. And he does have the ability to open up and have these big touchdown passes. Now, he's been very inconsistent, but that's kind of Troy Franklin for you right now.
Yeah, like when the ball is thrown his way, I don't know if we're going to see something special with yards after the catch, a touchdown, or we're going to see him just outright drop the football. His reliability rating is not very high. But at the same time, when he does put it together, you see why they moved up however many spots it was to go and grab him near the top of the fourth round just a couple years ago. So, yeah, he's a player that can be frustrating on a game day. He can be frustrating, but I think that his talent is worth continuing to go down the road with him. Now, do I think that he should be the number one target on the Denver Broncos? I do not believe that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And that's currently what it is, guys. He is being targeted as the number one receiver on the Broncos over Cortland Sutton.
No, it's definitely an issue right now where you have Troy Franklin getting more targets and more opportunities than Cortland Sutton. Now, yes, I do understand that speed kills in this league, and that's something that Troy Franklin has. He gets the separation. He runs really good routes, and Bo Nix has some type of connection with him because of playing with Troy Franklin throughout his college career. But at the end of the day, when it matters the most, you have to get your number one receiver going, and that's Cortland Sutton. And let this organically play out for Troy Franklin, where when Troy Franklin's ready, he will be ready. And when he's ready, you're going to see it because it's going to be consistently happening for him every single game where he's just coming down with those big-time catches, those hard catches he's coming down with. That's when you know Troy Franklin's ready to take that next step as receiver one.
Well, I'll say this. We know Cortland Sutton isn't going anywhere, right? He's going to be here for years to come. His new extension hasn't even kicked in yet, right? So we know he's going to be around. Troy needs to continue to take steps towards the consistency. Because if you continue to be unreliable on game days, it's much like a quarterback. We were talking about it yesterday, throwing a touchdown, then throwing a pick. They're not created equal. You can't just have one good play and one bad play. It's professional sports. Yeah. Ultimately, over time, the sport's going to spit you out, or a team's going to spit you out and move on from you, what have you. But there's another player in the same room who's a first-year player, and I don't know if it's possible to be more consistent than Pat Bryant's been, in addition to doing all the blue-collar stuff and the dirty work. And so as he continues to come on, and he's coming off his best game, Pat Bryant is, if he continue, and I believe that he is only going to keep evolving here over the next 6 games, the way that he has over the last 6 games. Yeah. If one player in that room continues to be unreliable and another player continues to just be that same version of himself with that insanely high floor, low mistake player, ultimately over time, Pat Bryant will overtake Troy Franklin.
See,
not that there's not a role for Troy, but I'm talking about as wide receiver number 2.
What I think is happening and what Sean envisions, one, these 2 young players, Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin, these are Sean guys. Sean drafted them. But Sean drafted these 2 young players with the mindset of, at some point, you're going to have a receiver 2 in Pat Bryant and receiver 1, Troy Franklin, and they'll push Cortland Sutton out as he gets a little bit older, and Troy Franklin starts to be more consistent. That's why I feel like Sean's giving Troy Franklin so many more opportunities. He's wanting to force Troy Franklin to finally be this receiver one, and not for this year, but maybe next year or the year after this, where it's like, your time is now. Pat Bryant, your time is now as well. You guys are our young talent, and you guys are our future, and we're believing in you, and we're giving you more. And for Troy, he needs to just be, like you continue to say, consistent. It's there. The catches, you got to catch the ball consistently, and when you do, you will become that receiver one. You have all the talent to do that.
What was James Palmer's single biggest takeaway after the Denver Broncos put the AFC West in a vice grip on Sunday? That's next.
The Broncos walked off the Chiefs and took a commanding lead in the AFC West. By taking down Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, did Sean Payton officially prove that Denver is a true contender? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for winter? Worries you might need a new furnace? Don't know where to begin? Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Life happens, and then debt happens. Your laptop dies when you need it most. A hospital bill hurts more than an injury. Enter End Credit Union with a free debt consultation and a plan built just for you. End is here to help you break the debt cycle and get your finances on track. Debt happens. End helps. Schedule your free consultation at end.com/coaching. Standard account and credit qualifications apply.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make it happen in 24 hours or less. Interest rates are competitive, and home prices have been stable. That means you can find a great deal while locking in a monthly payment that fits your budget. Plus, with home equity building over time, your investment grows, making home ownership a smart, long-term financial decision. If you continue to pay rent, you're just paying your landlord's mortgage, and you don't need 20% down. You could be in your new home with as little as 3% down. Plus, they're offering down payment assistance programs to make home ownership even easier. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 1043. The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What was James Palmer's biggest takeaway for the upset over the Kansas City Chiefs? And yes, it was an upset. I was getting pushback on Instagram for a video I made. Like, upset? Broncos were 8-2. I'm like, dude, they were a 4-point underdog. And when we woke up on Sunday morning, the Chiefs were favored to win the Super Bowl over every team in the National Football League. So, yes, it does check the box as an upset. James Palmer, a great friend of the show, joins us. James, what do you think your single biggest takeaway was as you reflect back to that upset over Kansas City?
I think it's easy, Zach. It's the second half when you see Patrick Mahomes come out on the field and you go, all right, here comes the drive. Like, here comes the Chiefs drive that is going to win this game for Kansas City, because you have seen it time and time again for 8 years. And he goes 3 and out and 3 and out. To me, that's what stood out the most when I just went, things have shifted here. Things have dramatically shifted here in the division, shifted, frankly, maybe in the AFC. Those second half drives where I saw him come out and I'm sitting in the press box, I'm going, I've watched this 100 times. Whether I'm sitting in Arrowhead or sitting at the Super Bowl or sitting in the postseason, it's happened every time. It's happened against Josh Allen. It's happened against Lamar Jackson. It's happened against everyone. Well, against Vance Joseph and his group, it looked like he didn't stand a chance in either one of those drives. And to me, that was the most jarring aspect of what I watched in person. And second was the Chiefs locker room that I was in after the game.
Ooh. Go on about that, please.
Like I mentioned, I've covered this team maybe more over the last 7 or 8 years than any other team in the NFL. I'd maybe say the Eagles are second, Broncos are maybe third, and just in what NFL Network's assignments were for me over the years. I've never seen the locker room like that with the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes in the corner, fully dressed, towel over his head, nobody near him, sitting there going, we're 5-5, going over his thoughts. It was the dejection, essentially, in the locker room that you oftentimes don't see. This is a team that still, I think, has the ability to bounce back. Right now, where it stands, if they lose this game against the Colts, they have a 1 in 3 chance, in essence, of making the postseason, which is fascinating to me. Oof. But what I saw in that locker room was talking to guys that have been around for a long time, whether it's Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie, guys I've known for a long time. It's the mentality in Kansas City now is, can we get in? Because if we get in, we think we can make some noise. And I get that. But when have you heard the Kansas City Chiefs sit there in a post-game locker room going, we just got to get into the postseason and we can make some noise? That has not been their mentality for a number of years now.
That's crazy to even hear, James, truly. And I know you've been in a lot of these locker rooms. But when it comes to the Denver Broncos and what you have watched so far this year with them, what changed with Bo Nix in that game particularly? What changed with him?
I think really, and I'll steer this to kind of the way the game played out, Phil, like I think he was really comfortable. And that's what's been the issue through a lot of these games when I talk to teams that have played against him is when he gets uncomfortable, he plays a little bit quicker maybe. He starts to try to go through his progressions a little bit quicker. He's not seeing it as well, and he starts to get kind of, the happy feet come a little bit. He bails out of the pocket pretty quickly, and he tries to make plays while he's playing on the run. He looked comfortable. And I think part of that is the way this offensive line has played. I think they haven't gotten really any credit through the course of this season. I don't think Garrett Bowles has gotten nearly the credit he deserves for the way he has played through the course of this season, specifically nationally. So as a national media member, I'd like to say Bowlesy has had an outstanding year. I was having a conversation with Mitchell Schwartz about it the other day, was a really good tackle in his own right in Kansas City, and he was giving Bowles his due in the way he's playing. And I look at this Kansas City front going, where really did the pressure come from? And Spags had to dial up a lot of pressures and a lot of blitzes, and they saw it. And that's usually something that doesn't happen against Kansas City. These things usually take you by surprise. Chris Jones in that post-game locker room was exhausted. Why? At 31 years old, he's playing more snaps than he's ever played because they have depth issues. I think the Broncos took advantage of that, and there was a comfortable Bo Nix throughout the vast majority of that game.
We're chatting with NFL insider and national reporter James Palmer, as we do on Tuesdays. You look at Kansas City's scoring output against the Broncos. They score 19 points. This has actually been the norm in this matchup against Denver. The last 5 games of Broncos-Chiefs, the Kansas City offense has produced 19 points, 0 points, 16 points, 9 points, and 19 points. That is 5 consecutive games where Mahomes and Andy Reid and that offense fail to get to 20 points. Talk to me about Vance Joseph, what he's doing with this defense, what he did on Sunday, and is Vance Joseph coaching in his last 6 regular season games in Denver? Oh, did we lose James? Oh, I think we lost James for a second. That's okay. We'll get him back here in just a second.
James doesn't like us, Zach.
But, no, James loves us. VJ.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's going to be on the hierarchy of names in this coaching cycle. I would imagine it's somewhere near the top, and I would like to think that Vance would be, and hopefully he's in a position to be choosy, and I'll get back to that here in just a second as James rejoins us. James, you look at the last 5 games the Broncos have played Kansas City. The Chiefs have scored 19 points, 0 points, 16 points, 9 points, and 19 points. That's 5 consecutive games where Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid's offense don't get to 20 points. Talk to me about what you saw defensively on Sunday, and Vance Joseph, is he coaching in his final 6 regular season games in Denver?
I was joking with somebody about this. This might be the benefit of the ownership group, of the Walton Penner group, because there is no salary cap on coaches. There is no salary cap on what you pay your coaches. Honestly, if I'm, Greg Penner and Kerry Walton Penner, I'm going, VJ, what's your number? I mean, Chip Kelly is getting paid $6 million to do Lord knows what with that Raiders offense. And so, I mean, I think this is going to benefit a lot of Broncos fans right now. When I say it, I don't think there's going to be a lot of openings. I really don't think there's going to be a whole bunch of opportunities for VJ. What I am a little worried about for him personally is he seems in some NFL circles to be entering a little bit of that Steve Spagnuolo group where it's like you had one chance. I'm not sure if you're getting another one. I think with both men, I think all 3 of us would agree they deserve another shot. I think Spags does. I think VJ does. But the lack of opportunities in this cycle, the younger names, I hate to say that this is what comes to, but Jesse Minter or a Chris Shula, those names are starting to creep up and be more in vogue. I would be very nervous about losing Davis Webb this offseason, honestly, if somebody in a defensive role gets a head coaching job. But VJ deserves another role. I had Zach Allen on my show last week. For maybe anybody that's a Broncos fan, don't watch, but it's the greatest endorsement you've ever seen for a defensive coordinator to be a head coach that Zach gave me. I asked him to go out there and tell me everything VJ does. The communication he has with his players is through the roof. The way he tells them the why aspect of it, Zach, I think is really, really big with VJ. And in the style in which they play, it really fits the personnel that Denver has. I'm hoping, honestly, as I made the Spags reference, for Broncos fans, this could be a similar setup. If VJ starts to get into that mold where he's getting, for one reason or another, like Spags has over the years, gets overlooked in these cycles. That's been the Chiefs' secret sauce. You keep both play callers year in and year out and year in and year out. That could be the case for a number of years here in Denver as Sean runs this offense and VJ ends up, remaining with this group. But you can't say enough what he did. You didn't have the defensive player of the year or the guy who calls your defense against Patrick Mahomes coming off of a bye. And you didn't miss a beat, really. And so I think what he's been able to do to pick and choose his moments as he's become more seasoned as a defensive coordinator has become extraordinary, honestly. The J-Mac blitz is a perfect example of it.
James, let's stick with the defense since we're on VJ and what he has done without Pat Surtain. And without Pat Surtain turns Riley Moss into cornerback 1. And there's a lot of people criticizing Riley Moss. Now, for Zach, he likes to call him Riley Boss at times. What's your take with Riley at this point in his career and with the Denver Broncos?
I love his mentality. I love the way he talks post-game. I love the way he owns up to these calls and to the situation. I love his short memory because Lord knows he needs it in the way these games have played out. But these are penalties. Like, let's be frank. The vast majorities are penalties. They truly are. And I think you saw that in Kansas City. Like, I don't want to call them fully a desperate team, but in certain instances, you saw Pat go there strictly hoping the call was made, not the ball was completed. And it happened. And that was, and I talked to some former quarterbacks this week about that specific thing and Riley. And I said, is that something that's discussed during the week? And they were like 100%. Like, that is discussed 100% in the offensive meeting, that you're going to go after that player. And especially when I go through this progression, it's not there. That's the go ball, go there. Like, go and throw it, underthrow it, and put yourself in a position to maybe draw the flag. I like that he hasn't changed the way he plays. I do respect that aspect of it, but I do understand that he's very coachable. It just needs to click. Like, these things do need to click, and we'll see if it does, because he is a good corner. Like, he is a good corner, and I think this is the part that's just, listen, the league is built off of this. Once you get that reputation, officials are human. They really are, for one reason or another. And it starts to go and slide even when they're not penalties against you a little bit.
Great stuff as always, James. Appreciate your time. We'll do this again next Tuesday.
Yeah, sorry for the disconnect, guys. Maybe I'll pay my internet bill this month. We'll see. I'm on like 5th notice.
Let me know if you need to hold a couple dollars. I can help you out with that.
You okay? All right,
yeah, not me.
All right.
We love
Appreciate
you, James. Great
All right,
stuff.
boys.
I really want to react to. There was one thing in particular that we heard in that conversation that was pretty illuminating, and we'll get to it next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. What if you could use the equity in your home to get cash fast? With no appraisal, zero hassle, and less waiting with Cake? You can. The Cake Fast Cash program is like turning your home into your ATM. People are using it to pay off high-interest debt, do renovations, tackle student loans, or cut monthly bills by hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The best part? Your current mortgage rate won't change. With Cake, you also get peace of mind. We're AAA rated by the Better Business Bureau and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked Cake Fast Cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com for thousands of 5-star reviews.
Hellsberg Gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom? A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day? And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at Hellsberg.com.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens, the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because at Soda Weight Loss, you could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before Soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks. No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Red Rock Roofing.
Standing for greatness.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, so we were just joined by James Palmer, great friend of the show. We love catching up with him on Tuesdays. And how about his personal story after the Broncos game?
Kind of feels good to hear.
Being in the Kansas City Chiefs locker room. And I've known James for as long as I've been in Denver, essentially. So I've known him for quite some time. And the teams that he covers the most, and he talked about it, it's Kansas City, Philly, Denver.
And Houston. Houston was one, because I know James for a very long time, too.
Literally just going to say, he didn't say it, but if I were going to fill out the fourth one, it'd be Houston.
Yeah, it was Houston.
So, and for him to say, hey, I have been in these locker rooms, I've been in this Chiefs locker room after Super Bowl wins, losses, all this stuff. He said, I've never been in the Chiefs locker room after a game like that, where Mahomes is sitting in the corner, complete uniform on, towel over his head, no one's talking to him. You have players that are dejected all around the room. That's the word that he used, dejected. And they're saying, can we just make it to the playoffs? Man, we just got to make it to the playoffs. Just get in. And those are just words that we would not have anticipated hearing before this season started, or maybe even Sunday morning.
Think about it, Zach. For almost a decade, the Kansas City Chiefs have always been on top or close to it.
Yeah.
This is the first year where they literally may not make the playoffs. They're going up against a team next week with the Colts, who Patrick Mahomes has never beat. And so there's a lot of things that can go wrong for the Chiefs, where they're looking at the Denver Broncos like, wow, you dethroned us, and we're not even in the playoffs anymore. So for Kansas City, it's literally your back's against the wall.
Yeah.
And for Patrick Mahomes, who this has never been done to before.
No.
So this is the first time he's feeling this way.
Correct.
How do you like them apples? How do you feel about it, Pat Mahomes? Everything has been right for you.
Yep.
And everybody has kissed your ass. And now you're looking at a situation where you may not be in the playoffs. And if you don't get your act together and make a couple bigger plays, you won't be in the playoffs. It's insane to think, Zach.
It is insane to think. And this game this weekend is a do or die for Kansas City. Their divisional hopes are completely gone. They've evaporated. 7% likelihood Kansas City wins the division now after 9 consecutive years. They were winning the division in Kansas City before Mahomes ever came out of Texas Tech. They had won back-to-back divisional titles as Mahomes was finishing up his time down there in where's Texas Tech? Lubbock, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he walked into an operation that was already fantastic. It wasn't one of these Cam Ward situations where you're asked to revive this dead, non-existent program or organization. He walked into a ready-baked scenario, and to his credit, he has made the most of it. He is just excellent and awesome, but this is
no doubt about that.
Uncharted waters for Mahomes, uncharted territory for Andy Reid here. And it's really refreshing to see them struggle, if I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I know. Like, hey, haters are going to hate. I'm hating. Oh, actually, I'm not hating anymore. I'm happy.
Yeah.
All right, like they've been sitting here, Chiefs Kingdom, and all those fans have laughed at us and teased us for so many years, and now it's like we're finally getting our get back. We're finally getting our flowers, and we have the chance and the opportunity to laugh at them a little bit. Now, you can't. We still have to play them one more time, and it may end up being a big game no matter what, just for the Chiefs to try to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But life is good for the Denver Broncos and Broncos country.
Man, oh man. And here's the thing. It's like it feels different when you weren't expected to do it. The Broncos didn't come into the season with insane expectations. And I know Sean said what he said, but I remember Stephen A. Smith going, Broncos winning the Super Bowl? I got to be honest, that never crossed my mind one time. And I think he spoke for most people. Most people were not looking at the Denver Broncos as a legitimate contender, let alone the top seed in the AFC, a stranglehold and vice grip on the AFC West. So the fact that when it look, anytime it happens, whether you're expected to do it or not, it's going to be awesome. But like, this is a year where the Broncos had a win total of 9.5. The next game that they win, they're going to cover their win total, and there's 6 games left in the season. And so
this is shaping up to be the Denver Broncos' year to win a Super Bowl. No, everything has to go right. I understand that. There's still 6 games left. You still got to play in the playoffs and win.
Yeah.
But truly, you have one of the best, if not the best defense in the league. You have a quarterback that has struggled, but when he is on, he looks really good. You have a special teams that has struggled, but when they're on and they have an all-pro punt and kick returner.
Huge part of that win on Sunday.
And it will be a huge part of the reason why the Denver Broncos will probably win in the playoffs.
Yep.
Is offense and special teams. Well, if everything is going right for them at the right times, by the way, Sean Payton's teams usually get better as the year goes on.
Sure.
And Sean has done it before. Why can't they win or go to a Super Bowl? Everything is shaping up for them to do it. Have to stay healthy, have to stay together, have a little bit of luck on the way. That's just part of it. But they can do it.
If they do something special, all right, we'll just stick with winning the Super Bowl. If they go on to win the Super Bowl, think about the documentary. Think about the 30 for 30 when you look back at these different sequences throughout the season. And we will look back and say, it was a team of destiny.
Yeah.
Look at this game. Look at this. Another comeback win. 5 comeback wins with 6 games left on the schedule. Another walk-off field goal win. Like,
think about what the media is going to have to call Sean Payton. He's going to be, you will now announce me as Daddy Payton.
Dude. I'm telling you, if Sean Payton wins the Super Bowl, just the amount of stuff that's going to be said. Like, because I could see Sean and
he's gonna get his paper out.
Like, he could take a shot at Roger Goodell while accepting the Lombardi trophy. Like, I love it. All right.
Oh, man.
Bo Nix has been the most debated Bronco this season, but number 2 on that list isn't that far behind. We'll discuss it next.
After weeks of up and down performances from the Broncos offense, Bo Nix stepped up and led Denver to a critical victory over Kansas City. Is the Broncos quarterback peaking at just the right time in his sophomore season? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com. And get ready for the workday.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. Come see for yourself. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
If you have a tax problem, please don't put your destiny with the IRS in the hands of a salesperson. This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. Many companies use commissioned salespeople that may not have your best interest at heart. At Advanced Tax Solutions, you will only meet licensed professionals who are also certified in tax resolution. You will never meet an unlicensed salesperson to determine your fate. You can trust Advanced Tax Solutions for good advice, and the meeting is free. AdvancedTaxSolutions.com.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. You want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Select Help, how can we help?
Hi, my CEO needs a POV on the ROI of HDHPs by EOD.
Okay, so you're a small business. Let's start there.
How'd you know that?
Let's just say it's not my first RODEO. Get it? Rodeo.
Oh, right. Letters.
Let's get started.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
It's holiday season again, which is great, but also a time of great stress. Planning and paying for friends, family, bills, gifts, etc. can make what should be the best time of the year into the most stressful. At U.S. Mortgages, we want to help reduce stress and debts. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed, 5.81 APO.
Wait, you have a 4.75% fixed rate for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. If the market improves after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. Lower your bills and stress, save money, and no payments until January of 26. Plus, access up to $15,000 in cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Wheat Ridge on Kipling Street behind Natural Grocers now through November 25th for the grand opening sale. Save $1 on select Armor All interior wipes and receive 2 times O Rewards points. Plus, get 2 times points on Valvoline Flex-Fill Gear Oil. 2 times points means you can reach your next $5 reward twice as fast. Right now at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Receive $1,000 off every 10 windows you purchase and receive a $100 grocery gift card to contribute to your Thanksgiving festivities. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Tribe with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Bo Nix has been the most debated Bronco this season. How far behind is the second most debated Denver Bronco on game days? We'll get to that here in just about, call it 25 seconds. You want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It's the Fan Flyway, presented by 303 Law 4040. Troy Peterson, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into your drawing, or our drawing rather, for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Troy Peterson. Call us back at 303-713-1043. Guys, if you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Okay.
Troy Peterson, huh? We sure that's not Will? Trying to pretend like he's
You know
Troy?
what? You want to know what? You can get in big trouble for doing that.
Oh.
Will knows better.
Oh.
Will knows better.
Call in, Troy.
I want to talk about Riley Moss.
Yeah.
Man, you talk about a divisive topic on a game day, especially on Sunday, with the defensive pass interference calls right around 90 yards and penalties. Had a illegal contact call that I got to speak up on Riley's behalf on that one. That was criminal to the game of football. You are, when you call that play on such a monumental play within the game, you're messing with the competitive fabric of the competition.
Oh, Zach, are you saying there's a conspiracy theory with the refs saying, hey, we want to keep this close, so let's go ahead and give this phantom call a go?
I don't believe that to be the case, but it's plays like that gives oxygen to the conspiracy theories like that, where it's like, holy smokes, this is just the most run-of-the-mill football play. The other defensive pass interference, I got it. There's evidence.
Yeah,
those are penalties.
that was
but
a good one.
That one that negated a pick six, could you imagine if the Broncos went on to lose that game and we're looking back at a sequence like that saying, are you kidding me? Is the fix in? Seriously.
You're starting to warm up to it.
Do you want me to hit the music?
I mean, you're dealing with human beings. You know, you have everything coming out with the gambling.
Yeah.
You got players, you got coaches. So I'm not saying anything else. I don't want to get in trouble, but yeah, man, it's a weird world out there.
Where are you at with Riley?
With my man Riley Moss. We're gonna call him Moss today, right? We're not
Moss
going with
today.
Boss or Sauce.
Nope. Riley Moss.
Riley Moss is criticized a lot by the media, by the fan base, by Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp does not like Riley Moss.
I saw that.
But the one thing about Riley is he's very aggressive. He's young. He's trying to figure things out. He's playing a position that truly, guys, is the hardest position on the football field. You try to backpedal when you have a 6'2", 6'3" receiver that's 215 pounds. Let's go 225. Court's 225. That can run a 4.4 or a 4.3 that knows the route and also can run really good routes. And now you're backpedaling to try to stop this man and running with him without having to touch him. That's a hard position to be in. So for Riley, we know he needs to be better. We know that he needs to work on his technique, in his eye discipline, in his footwork. Those are things that have to be corrected. But also, when you're going up against these receivers and you're one-on-one and you're getting handsy, and yet you look up and Riley's always being the one being called for this penalty, you end up saying, this is bullcrap. You end up looking at it like Garrett Bowles when Garrett Bowles first started in the NFL, where he was holding a lot. Mm-hmm. So you have referees that are literally telling this man before the game, I have my eye on you, that we're going to be watching you closely because we know that you hold a lot. So even when there was times where yes, Zach, you said it before, where Garrett Bowles has somebody in a headlock, yeah, of course that's a penalty. But there has been times where I've been the running back, Garrett Bowles gets a really clean block where it springs me for a 15, 20-yard gain against the Kansas City Chiefs that would have put me over 100 yards, and it was a phantom call. It should have been called. Well, that's because they're not giving someone like Garrett Bowles the benefit of the doubt. They're doing that exact same thing with Riley Moss. Yes, there are times where Riley has bad form and he is holding and he deserves to get the penalty. But then there are times where they're ticky-tack calls where if you're an elite cornerback like PS2, you're not calling that.
Correct.
So for Riley, he's put himself in a situation where they are tagging him as a cornerback that holds a lot, and that if it looks anything near a hold or it's physical, they're not going to give him the benefit of the doubt, Zach.
No, it's really well said. And much like Bowles when he was dealing with his holding issues, Bowles, we never saw Bowles getting destroyed off the edge, just getting absolutely whipped at the line of scrimmage. We saw technique issues that had him leading the league in holding calls and penalties for sure, and that was a problem. I'm not saying Riley Moss doesn't have a problem. He has a technique issue.
Yeah.
Do I think that Riley Moss stinks like a lot of the fan base tells me on social media on a game day? I don't believe that at all because I don't see Riley Moss getting cooked. I do not see Riley Moss not in the frame. Like, I see Riley Moss right on top of these receivers, and you said it. He's a little bit like Dante at the bar past midnight. Just gets a little handsy.
Hands off, Dante.
Just gets a little handsy. So he's got to clean that up. And guess what? He knows it. Listen to him.
Not panic and play the ball. And, in practice, it's going to be a big emphasis. We're going to put the boxing gloves on me. We're going to tape them up. So there's no chance of it's a repetitive thing. And, people can have their opinion on it, but me as a professional athlete, I need to be able to realize, okay, this has happened multiple times, and yeah, it's unfair sometimes and it sucks, but I can't be in that position, as much as I have been.
So you hear the level of self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like, I know as a professional athlete, this is my responsibility. I have to clean this up, but man, sometimes these. And I get it, game day takes, the tension is high and your emotions run high. But this idea of, like, Riley Moss doesn't belong on the Denver Broncos, I think it's hogwash.
And, well, also, you have to think about it. If Riley is not there and he's your cornerback one as of now because Pat Surtain is hurt, who are you putting in for him? So we sit here and we get mad at Riley, but you take Riley out, who's guarding the number one receivers right now, who's going to take his place? Chris Abrams-Drain's already out there. Jahdae Barron, there's a reason why he is not on the outside as a cornerback.
Correct.
He's missing something. So we kind of have to take a step back and really look at this differently with Riley Moss, who, by the way, this is his second year and hasn't been a full 2 years starting. Now, if he does this next year and he's not getting better, well, then now it becomes an issue. And that's for Riley to fix because he wants his money, right? Well, in order to get his money, he's going to have to play cleaner when it comes to his position.
Yep, and I appreciate the balance that he's trying to walk of, hey, I'm an aggressive player. Like, I do use my hands at the catch point. I do use my hands off the line of scrimmage. But also, I'm going to wear boxing gloves in practice leading up to this because I can't keep letting this happen. That is a razor thin line to walk of, I have to remember who I am and why I'm here.
Yep.
And
exactly.
just not dump what got me here. But also, I need to get better at this. And I know it. And I'm going to get better at it. And I'm going to work at it. And I appreciate, again, that level of self-awareness.
Don't stop being you. Be aggressive as can be, but be smarter when the ball is in the air. That's it. And I guarantee you, VJ saying the exact same thing. Don't stop being Riley Moss because, like you just said, Zach, that's what got you here.
All right. You want to react to that? You can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Maybe we can get to some of those reactions coming up. Also, we were in the building last night to watch the Nuggets give their first disappointing loss of the season. But there was something within the game that made it sting just a little bit worse, and we'll talk about that. Also, what is the new Broncos projected win total, playoff probability, odds of winning the Super Bowl after winning their 8th straight game? We will get to all of that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Do the Colorado Avalanche have a new competition on their hands?
Anybody who thought, hey, as soon as Mackenzie Blackwood is healthy, he's the number one guy, he gets his job back. Nope, not going to happen. And the Avs do have themselves a legitimate goaltending battle.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
It's Senior Day at Folsom Field on Saturday, November 22nd. Celebrate the Buff senior class as Colorado football takes on the reigning Big 12 champions, Arizona State. It's also the CU Athletics Hall of Fame celebration as we honor and welcome back Buffs legends. The 2025 induction class includes football greats Jeff Campbell, Mason Crosby, and Barry Remington. Grab your tickets now at cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The holidays will be here before you know it, and for many families, that means excitement, but also stress. Between gifts, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out if you qualify. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
If you've been injured in Colorado, you want Wilhite. After an accident, you want Colorado's accident experts on your side, the Wilhite Law Firm. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here for my friends at O'Meara, and don't miss the payoff reduction event happening now at O'Meara GMC. Here's how it works. Your payoff's $18,000 at O'Meara GMC, it becomes $6,000. If your payoff is $14,000 at O'Meara GMC, it becomes $2,000. If your payoff is $12,000 at O'Meara GMC, it becomes $0. Over 1,000 vehicles to choose from, and 0% APR financing can save you even more. It's all happening right now at O'Meara GMC on 104th, stock TG 100701. Must qualify for all rebates.
Payton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you, because you can't be pinned down unless you want to be. Your first love story is free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3.
Watch the Nuggets give their first disappointing loss of the season. There was something within the game that made it sting a little bit worse, in my humble opinion. Man, we were both there last night. Packed crowd, and we'll get back to Broncos here in about 10 minutes because I want to give you guys the updated numbers on their new projected win total, their playoff probability, odds of winning the division, odds of winning the damn Super Bowl.
Crazy.
After all the numbers have been updated after the Broncos' 8th consecutive win. We'll do that shortly right here in this segment. But we were in the building last night, man. Packed crowd. Dude, completely sold out on a Monday night. Now, there was a lot of Bulls fans there who are still, the Chicago Bulls are still reaping the benefit, and I mean this, of a dynasty that happened over 25 years ago, close to 30 years ago. That the Bulls, like the Cowboys in the 90s, just captured the hearts and minds of so many young boys who became Michael Jordan fans, grew up and just stayed Chicago Bulls fans, and now their sons are Bulls fans. I mean, I don't know what the percentage was last night. I'd say 20%, 25% of the crowd was Bulls fans. But I said this, and I turned and said this to Josh Dover, who was there with us. And I said, man, I remember coming to Denver in 2017, and if there was a game on a Monday night against the Chicago Bulls, Phil, I swear you could get into the game for $7 to $10.
Oh, yeah. When you're watching the game, there's a bunch of empty seats.
Yeah.
That usually happens in the NBA because it's so long anyway. If you just click through the channels and you get a random game on, let's just say, a Tuesday like today, there's going to be a bunch of open seats if a team is bad. But that's not the case here in Denver anymore, especially when you have the best player in the world that you get to go and watch. You get to go and watch on a Monday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday, maybe even a Saturday. It's the luxury and us being spoiled that we get a team that's really, really good and one of the greatest players to play the game there right in front of you.
Yeah. Well, you would have thought it was a half empty gym by the energy level from these Nuggets. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this at all. I'm not putting lipstick on this at all. Two things can be true at the same time. The Denver Nuggets are off to a really good start to the season and came in with a 10-2 record last night. But also simultaneously, that was a really bad loss. It just was, guys. The Bulls had lost 5 consecutive games and were playing the second night of a back-to-back in a game that went to double overtime. And you would have never known it by the spirit and energy level that Chicago played with. I thought the Nuggets completely took the matchup for granted. Their mindset, focus, energy level, intensity, requirements were not fulfilled. And you mess around with another NBA team and you get beat on your home floor for the first time this season.
Well, it comes down to the slow start. Like, you have to wake up. And when you have a team that's not better than you, you have to finish them early. If the Denver Nuggets would have came out on fire with that mentality of let's just finish it early, the Bulls would have gave up.
They would have turtled.
But because you continue to give them opportunities after opportunities, and at one point you look up and they have an 18-point lead, and you're saying, what are you doing? And now you're trying to fight back, and now you're trying to have to refocus yourself. It takes a lot of energy. And so I'm watching a team that has everything, but yet it's like, guys, you have to be on point every single game because it's still the NBA. And these players, although they know that they're on a bad team, when you give them an opportunity, a chance to make something happen, they will make something happen. And for the Denver Nuggets, they didn't play good defense
No.
all night long.
Oh my gosh, it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. And Chicago went small and was just flying around. Open three after open three. Denver looked disinterested guarding the perimeter. I mean, the Bulls took 53 threes. They probably would have taken, 38 if it wasn't for the porous defense. But there was a lack of interest in playing defense last night. So if we're going to respond to the games and react to the games like that, you can't talk about that game without addressing that theme. And then the other massive theme was the bench. It was the first truly awful game that the bench played this year. The bench has been great. They weren't great last night. In fact, they were piss poor. They got outscored, and I can't believe this is real. The Nuggets bench got outscored last night 66-9. And that is a hard pill to swallow.
Go ahead and say that again.
66-9, the bench lost against the Chicago Bulls bench. And it should be impossible, that lopsided of a figure, but seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. It was the first, I thought, stinker for Tim Hardaway Jr., who has been great with a capital G.
Only 4 points.
We show him some grace because he's been phenomenal. And I have to tell you, man, my guy, Bruce Brown, who I love, he was invisible. His spirit was missing last night. And he barely registered a stat in 23 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 2, no free throws, no assists, no steals, no blocks, no spirit.
So tell me this. You said the Bulls went small.
Yep.
That was a great adjustment for the Bulls then because
Yep.
they seen something that they needed to do and they changed and they adjusted. Why? Why would the Bulls go small against the Denver Nuggets? Why would you think that?
I think just trying something new. It's like we're not going to win our matchup playing them straight up. So, like, how can we throw them a curveball? And
Are they more athletic, do you believe, by going small, more fast? Like, because the one thing you continue to bring up about the Nuggets, and I know it's early, but for the Nuggets is they have everything. They're going to score their points. But are they as athletic as some of these matchups that they're going to see, some of these better matchups that they're going to see?
No, definitely not. And that's why, and I've really tried to emphasize this here in recent weeks, like the remaining importance of Payton Watson. I know he didn't get the extension, but the remaining importance of having that sort of factor defensively. I mean, you saw it on display last night.
Yeah.
There is a couple plays that are made defensively that one guy in the gym can make, and it's Payton Watson. And so, but yeah, I mean, I just think there's one. I don't want to get too bogged down with the. It's a part of the story of last night, but like the Bulls going small, because guess what? If the Denver Nuggets have the requisite energy and focus level, doesn't matter what the Bulls do.
For sure.
You're going to get beat.
Yeah.
But like under that umbrella of that missing spirit, I thought it gave them some problems. It stretched the floor out, and they just took advantage of these angles and the too many offensive rebounds and too many wide open threes. So between listen to this, the bench got beat 66-9. You had no spirit or intensity. You gave up over 50 3-point shots, and you almost won.
Yeah.
I thought they were still going to pull it out despite all that. Middle of the fourth quarter, I'm like, Denver's going to win this game. But I will say this, and this deserves to get mentioned, and it's sparking a thought here. The Nuggets, let me just double check that this is true. It is. The Denver Nuggets have played 3 games this season that are defined by clutch time.
Yes.
Remember clutch time?
Yep.
Under 5 points or less with under 5 minutes left. They played in 3 games like that. The Warriors in the first game of the season, the Blazers in the 5th game of the season, and the Bulls last night. And they've lost all 3 of them. So
don't tell me they're turning you into the Kansas City Chiefs.
No.
Please don't.
This year's Kansas City Chiefs.
This year's Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not that worried about it, but I also want it to just be on our radar because like Kansas City in years leading up to this year, the Denver Nuggets, man, if you get them in a clutch time game, they're going to out-execute you, and they're going to win 8 out of every 10 times. So I do think it's noteworthy. Sky's not falling or anything like that,
Yeah,
but I think
it's
noteworthy that they're 0-3 in those type of games, and I just want it to be on our radar.
And guys, it's early. We know that. We know what the Denver Nuggets are capable of doing. This team can win it all. But we're dissecting every single game. So you're going to have to kind of figure out, like, okay, what's going on for that game. Yesterday was not a good game for the Denver Nuggets. And if they would have played a little bit more defense on the perimeter, they would have been in better shape. So they have to go back to the drawing board when it comes to defense, which, by the way, is at times they have struggled with, definitely last year, but even this year, playing defense from the perimeter, out on the perimeter. So that has to change when you're playing against better teams.
Yeah. And it was interesting, again, just noteworthy, something to just keep an eye on through the year. We're watching David Adelman coach his first NBA season. All right? And last night was a game where Michael Malone would have had steam coming out of his ears, and the rage timeouts we talked about for years, and ripping his team in the postgame. And Adelman wasn't like that at all. Now, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I just think it's different.
Yeah.
Now, there was a couple miscues down the stretch, and there was a bad challenge play that should have gone the Nuggets' way. They said they couldn't find the evidence. I disagreed with it when Jokic stripped Vooch and it clearly hit his knee. I don't know, man. I saw it. I don't know why. I have no idea why it didn't get called.
Like, you're not a referee.
But
they see it all the time.
I know, but I do have actively working eyeballs, and it's like, I don't know how you're telling me you can't find the evidence. I'm watching it right now. Let's not make this harder than it is. But that aside, Adelman was pretty cool and collected after the game. And there was no steam out of the ears. There was no rage timeouts. There was no calling the team out. He was just very plain Jane and subdued almost.
Just a different approach.
Very. And I don't know.
We're used to.
And I don't know. Yes, very different approach. I just don't know if that's naturally Adelman or he's purposefully trying to be different than the coach he has worked under for years and years and years. So it's just something to watch. Different temperament. Totally different temperament. Man, I thought I said this to you off the air yesterday. I said the Nuggets have never won 10 in a row.
I know.
In the Jokic era. And they had won 7 in a row. Last night should have been 8. The Pelicans, they stink. They're going to New Orleans tomorrow night. They're 2-12. They've already fired their coach. They just fired Willie Green over the weekend. That should have been win number 9, leading up to a matchup with the Houston Rockets on Friday night, who's one of the best teams in the NBA and are so fun to watch right now, watching that group form. And I would say this, guys, real quick. If you're going to watch a team outside of the Denver Nuggets right now, I would say put your eyes on what you see from Houston, okay, and try to catch a Detroit Pistons game. I can't believe I'm saying it. That team is so fun to watch, and I know we're not doing Detroit radio, but that team is 12-2.
Just an athletic team that flies around.
Flies around, young, hungry. They've won 10 consecutive games. I mean, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Ausar Thompson, those 3 guys. Watch that group over the next 4 or 5 years.
Just grow.
Just telling you.
Now, before we go, Zach.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed with you.
Why?
Your boy went off. He finally had himself a night.
I'm sorry, I didn't even pay off the tees. That's why it stung extra, because you lost a game, and it was the first time that Cam Johnson actually filled it up and looked the part. That crowd was so happy for that dude last
19
night.
19 points.
5 of 7 from 3.
You can't get any better than that.
The crowd was fired up. The crowd was fired up for him, and they wanted to see it, and then he gave it to him, and then still was, just a lack of execution across the board. And Adelman did get a tech. I shouldn't say he didn't have, some fire in his belly, but it wasn't the same. It didn't feel the same, especially watching the post game. All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Appreciate you guys rocking with us on a Tuesday as we are into hour number 4, rolling downhill with incredible pace.
This is the 4 quarters, right? You throw the 4s up. The 4 fingers go up. This is when it matters the most. Bo Nix, get ready. It's the 4th quarter, baby.
Well, shifting gears back to the Broncos, I want to give the updated numbers. We normally do this segment on a Wednesday, but I wanted to get to it right here on a Tuesday. And we already have some fun stuff planned for tomorrow's show that you're not going to want to miss. But the new projected win total for the Denver Broncos, and we've been using ESPN's Football Power Index, FPI. It gathers every data point known to man concerning the game of football. It puts them in a simulation, and they simulate the season tens of thousands of times. All right, every play is accounted for. You give up big plays in the run game, that's on the scale. You're really good at pass defense, that's on the scale, okay? So they take all this stuff. The new projected win total for the Denver Broncos is 12.3 wins. All right, so let's just say 12. So the new projected record for the Broncos is 12-5.
Now, when we started this journey, the odds makers had them winning 9.
It was their projected record was 9-8.
9-8. And we're 9-2.
Yeah, and their over/under season win total from the odds makers, if you wanted to bet on the Broncos season, was 9.5, and they're sitting at 9 after 11 games.
Oh, I know you hit the over on that one.
I
Zach.
did.
Oh,
I did.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know.
did.
I know you too well now. I hit that over. And what's crazy about this is, guys, I had the Denver Broncos winning 11 games this year. But they're going to shatter that. They're on a roll. They're heating up. The defense has been the most consistent part of this team, but most consistent defense, honestly, in the league right now. Special teams look really good. Shocker, you get your best special teamer back in Marvin Mims, your all-pro punt and kick returner. It's going to make a difference. The offense finally woke up. And the crazy thing about this offense, Zach, is they did it without having a run game, without having J.K. Dobbins.
It's true.
And they were still able to sustain drives, keep plays alive. Bo Nix woke up and was accurate with the football, hitting on the deep balls. And this is why I believe they're going to shatter winning 11 games. They're going to get to 12. Hell, I'm with Cecil now. There can be a situation where they're winning 13 games this year. Are you serious?
And it's crazy because to get to 13, you just need to go 4-2. And you've just won 8 in a row. You got to finish 4-2. And the first 2 games coming out of the bye week are at Washington, who is not a good football team. And we know they're missing their quarterback. And, like any other team right now, they're dealing with some injuries, but they're also just not good right now.
It's rough over there for the Commanders.
Yeah, they're 3-8. They've lost 6 in a row.
They're 3-8?
Correct. Yeah. Yep. They've lost 6 consecutive games. So at one point in time, they were 3-2. Haven't won a game since.
Maybe
Okay?
Von Miller's going to try to jump on the plane after that ass whooping they're going to take on Sunday night.
Well, I've seen him celebrate with a Super Bowl winner that just beat his team, so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
He's a Bronco for life. We know that.
He'll tell you. And then it's the Raiders, who are in an absolute free fall. I mean, you see them, the Cowboys put the Timberlands to them last night. I mean, that was a beatdown. They stomped a mud hole in their chest, 33-16.
And I can't believe, and you brought this up earlier, Zach, like in passing, about Chip Kelly and how much he's making.
$6 million.
$6 million to take a butt whooping.
Unbelievable.
It's insane. It kind of leads you to think like, okay, if VJ decides to stay, what is he going to make? If his defense can continue to do what they're doing and be as dominant as they are, he's going to want to be paid the big bucks as the highest paid defensive coordinator, you would think.
Yeah. And, well, speaking of the Raiders here, that's the opponent after Washington, they've lost 8 of 9 with the lone win in between coming against Tennessee, which is arguably the worst team in professional football. So those are the first 2 games coming out of the bye, and then it gets obviously significantly more challenging. And not to say, look, and you guys already know this, but I feel like I need to say it anyway. If they approach the Washington game and the Raiders game with the requisite competitive mindset and intensity and focus.
Something that the Denver Nuggets did not do.
Exactly.
Last
So
night.
as long as they have that box checked, they should win those games. And then you're finishing with Green Bay at home, Jacksonville at home, at Kansas City, and home against the Chargers, Week 18. So
it's setting up for a great opportunity to win 13, Zach, maybe even 14 games, because here's the thing. If we beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, Commanders in Vegas, you're sitting there at 11 wins, right? 11 wins. You've been perfect at home, which is very hard to beat us at home right now with the fans going crazy and it's just different. It's a different atmosphere.
yeah.
some of the tougher games that you have to play with this remaining schedule is Jacksonville, who's starting to heat up. You have the Chargers, who still believe that they're in this thing for the division. I don't know if that's true.
We'll see.
And you have Green Bay, who's a tough opponent, but they're having to come to you. So if you've been perfect at home and you find a way to beat these tough opponents, you're looking at, we already said that you're getting the Commanders and the Vegas, so you're looking at 11. You beat two of those teams at home. You're looking at 14 games right there, or 13 games. And maybe even 14 if you can go undefeated and don't let any of these teams beat you at home. You got 3 more home games. You got to be perfect in them.
Well, really, really fun conversations here. I'm still, kind of like, don't wake me up. You ever have one of those dreams?
Oh, yeah.
You're like a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Even now.
Getting after it. You're like, someone wakes you up at the wrong time. Like, I was just about to.
Yeah, my wife waking me up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get over there on the side. Throw the pillow in the middle.
But it's one of those, like, man, don't wake me up from this dream right now.
Yeah.
And it feels almost too good to be true, but seeing is believing, And so the new projected win total is 12 from ESPN's Football Power Index. Their playoff odds, so cool. The Denver Broncos now have a playoff probability of 97%. It would take a absolute free fall collapse, not win another game, and have calamity all around you for them not to be in the playoffs.
Oh, we're in the dance now. Like, we have the ticket to get into the dance. Now, you got to go out there, know how to dance, and go pick up that young lady that you want and get her number. Now, it's all up to you, but you're in this dance. You're not on the outside looking in. You're in there.
Yep.
What do you do with it? You have to finish strong, right? We say start fast. Denver Broncos did that. Now you got to finish strong. And if you can do that, you have a great momentum. And, yeah, you probably win the division, and you're going to have that first game bye. Everything is looking great for you if you just handle business. You're here. Finish it off.
I love it. Here's their chance to win the AFC West. 77% likelihood the Broncos win the division. The Chargers' odds, after they had a boot shoved up their keister by Jacksonville on Sunday.
You like to say, and they turned it.
It turned it sideways.
Ooh-wee.
Shoved it up there, turned it sideways. The Chargers have a probability to win the division now of just 14%. Kansas City, just 9%. So, man, again, just incredible spike. Because we've seen the divisional odds barely budge after Broncos wins. But when you're putting Kansas City halfway in the grave, and like just the swing of it, and the Chargers lose, it's just like,
oh, Kansas City feels like they are in the grave. They feel like this may be it for them. They're looking at each other and saying, what in the world just happened?
And we heard from James Palmer earlier today, who we checked in with a little over an hour ago, that he talked about a rare sighting after the game in the Kansas City Chiefs locker room.
I've never seen the locker room like that with the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes in the corner, fully dressed, towel over his head, nobody near him, sitting there going, we're 5-5, going over his thoughts. It was the dejection, essentially, in the locker room that you oftentimes don't see. This is a team that still, I think, has the ability to bounce back. Right now, where it stands, if they lose this game against the Colts, they have a 1 in 3 chance, in essence, of making the postseason, which is fascinating to me. Oof. But what I saw in that locker room was talking to guys that have been around for a long time, whether it's Chris Jones, Trent McDuffie, guys I've known for a long time. It's the mentality in Kansas City now is, can we get in? Because if we get in, we think we can make some noise. And I get that. But when have you heard the Kansas City Chiefs sit there in a post-game locker room going, we just got to get into the postseason and we can make some noise? That has not been their mentality for a number of years now.
Might have been my favorite moment on today's show.
Yeah, I was smiling from ear to ear after hearing that. And to hear James talk about how Patrick Mahomes was in a corner talking to himself, trying to figure out what just happened and how he's 5-5, already fully dressed. And my man came dressed to impress. I mean, he had the full suit on.
See, I think James meant it the other way. that he was fully dressed and didn't get out of his uniform with the towel over his head.
Oh, so I thought he was fully dressed, had the suit on, had the blade glasses on.
I did see that. He can really put on the Ritz.
I'm here.
Yeah, but like
he still had his
it would
uniform
almost make
on.
more sense, or like you're just dejected and you're standing there like with a blank look on your face, like we lost.
That makes more sense.
Like
it makes more sense.
Like I never have lost this game. I win all the close games that have great stakes to them. You know, we've seen them get blown out. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. We've seen Mahomes and the Chiefs get blown out, but we don't see them lose a lot of close games with real stakes.
And this is the first time that the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in the Patrick Mahomes era is feeling this way. He's thinking like, damn, we may not get to the playoffs. Because guess what? They got to go up against a Colts team that's red hot, that they have never beaten the regular season. And now if you get beat by the Colts, you're looking at a situation where you don't get in, and you have to almost win every single game after that.
All right, it's going to be hard because we want to have the conversation right now. But tomorrow we will talk about who we should be rooting for, the Colts or the Chiefs, and the different layers to that game. We'll do that tomorrow. All right, so we'll put that on the back burner for now, or put a pin in it.
Put a pin in that one.
But if you look at the Chiefs, it's like, dude, you're 5-5. You have 7 games left. You're playing a really good Colts team. They're going to Dallas, who seems to be revived after the trade deadline. Got some pieces defensively.
Yeah.
When they play in Dallas, they're just a different team. Then they play the Texans, right, which are still going to be tough. Do we know what's going on with C.J. Stroud?
After that hit, I mean, he was still in concussion protocol.
He's not playing on Thursday against the Bills.
So he's been ruled out?
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read today.
Okay, and Houston goes to Buffalo this week. Okay.
They play the Bills on Thursday.
They play the Bills on Thursday Night Football. Okay, that's going to be a long night for those boys.
The Bills? It might be.
And then they play the Chargers. The Chargers have already beat Kansas City this year. Then they travel to Tennessee. They should win that game, but it's a road game. And then they finish up with another game against the Broncos and on the road against the Raiders. So it's not the hardest schedule in the world, but it's also not the easiest. And I don't think Kansas City is in a position to be taking any games for granted right now.
Oh, but I don't think that they are. They just don't know how to win right now in those tough situations. And they don't know what to do. They don't have the depth like the Denver Broncos do defensively. They don't have some of the things that were going their way. It's not happening for them now, where it's happening for the Denver Broncos, where we're able to be in close games and you have Bo Nix finishing it off, where you're having Will Lutz finish it off for you, where you have this defense coming up big in major ways, in different ways. The Chiefs don't have that, and that's on them. I'm glad they don't. Now they get the taste of their own medicine. Now they get a taste of what it feels like to not be on top. And what do? Everybody has to go through their moments where they have to rise above that and fight their way back to the top. That's what Patrick Mahomes is doing right now. For this Denver Broncos team, they have it going for themselves, and they're believing in each other, and they're doing all the right things to win these games. Now, they have to clean up a couple things when it comes to defense, comes to offense, special teams, and the penalties. But if they can do that, why not them? Why not the Denver Broncos getting to a Super Bowl? It's sitting there waiting for them.
Crazy. And just for house cleaning purposes, Dante just jumped in my ear and said, Buffalo going to Houston on Thursday night. That game's not in Buffalo. And you want to know what? So the Bills are going to play that game on Thursday night. You know where Josh Allen's going to be on Saturday?
Where's he going to be?
In Laramie. In Laramie, Wyoming. They are retiring Josh Allen's jersey on Saturday.
And you know what? As they should. Like you talk about a quarterback that has done a lot.
Yeah.
One for Wyoming.
Yeah.
And then taking the time to kind of let it pass for a little while, maybe a couple years.
Yeah, they didn't retire when he was still in school.
No, not right away. And
like Shador.
For sure. And kind of let our boy Josh Allen.
Our boy! Oh!
Win games, right? You got to win games. At least get close to the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God.
That'd be good for him.
That'll be good. That's just good for everyone. And the fact that he's still making the time to come back to Laramie is really nice. And dude, check this out. So you invited me to something on Saturday night.
Yeah. Turn me down.
I couldn't do it. Can I say what it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're going to go to the Buffs game, and you have you're going to be in a suite.
Yeah.
And you invited me to this.
The Zach By treatment. And look, I was like, hey, I'm going to set it up. We're like, hey, I'm going to let Zach in the suite.
Well, you have to keep me away from the people because they'll try to put me up on a cross. Like I need security detail
Yeah, I
up
was
there.
like, I wonder if he's gonna feel some type of way.
But I had to say no. And then I had, because my wife is going out of town, and very rare for this to happen, but she's got a wedding back east, and she wants to see some family, and she's got some family members that are getting older, and it's just important that she goes and does that. So it's just me with the kids. I got a text message on Sunday that says Josh Allen is getting his jersey retired in Laramie, and I have extra ticket. Do you want to come?
Oh.
And had to say no. Had to say no because I'm on daddy duty. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. But for the Chiefs, which got us started with this, they're just down bad right now. They're down bad, and they're fighting for their life. And I love to see it. Just a 9% likelihood that they would go on and win the division. Broncos 77%. The probability, and we're drawing from ESPN's Football Power Index here, the probability that the Broncos are playing in the divisional round, so by way of a first-round bye or just winning their wild card matchup, the chance that the Broncos are playing on divisional weekend is 64%. The chances that the Broncos are playing in the AFC Championship game is all the way up to 34%. I think this time last week it was 22%. Yeah. It's up to 34% likelihood that the Broncos are playing in basically the NFL's Final Four. The chance that the Broncos win that game and are playing in the biggest game in American sports, the Super Bowl, it's up to 17% likelihood. I mean, this is nuts. This is nuts. And the chance that they actually go and win that game, and we have a parade in Denver, it's 8%. I mean, that's meaningful.
You know, man, we have an opportunity if things go right. And I know life's not perfect and something is going to happen. But you have the Nuggets that have a chance to win this year, win it all. The Avs that have a great chance to win it all. And it's looking like the Denver Broncos have a chance to get to a Super Bowl.
It's true.
At the beginning of this year, Sean was the only one that had confidence in his team, in their ability, and he felt like they could win it all. And he put that out there to everybody to hear. Why? Because he has done it before. He has been around teams that have won a Super Bowl, but also teams that should have won a Super Bowl.
Correct.
And things went wrong for them.
Correct. And that may happen here because
it could.
And I remember asking Sean about this as the comments were coming out at that training camp practice we were at. And he's like, just because like I believe they can do it, like we fell short in some of those instances, but you have a chance. Like when I feel like the way that I feel, like we have a chance. And he was right, because I don't know who wouldn't say at this point that the Denver Broncos don't at least have a chance to do it.
You have to be naive if you don't think the Denver Broncos have a chance. I mean, you look around the NFL, who can't the Denver Broncos beat?
They can beat anyone in the league.
There you go.
On the right Sunday.
On the right Sunday.
Yep.
And all you need is to be on point on that Sunday. So you get into these playoffs and you're feeling good, and your special teams looks like it did against Kansas City, and the offense does what it did against Kansas City, and your defense continues to do what it's doing. That's a hard team to beat. And then, what does it usually come down to? A field goal. We have one of the better kickers in this league, and a coach that has done it, and a defensive coordinator who's hungry because he wants an opportunity to be a head coach again. So everything is out there for the Denver Broncos to just take advantage of. Now, you got to stay healthy, and you got to stick together. You got to make the plays. Players make plays. Players win games for you. And if they can do that, why can't they go to a Super Bowl?
Well, what we started to see on Sunday was a more well-rounded football team, not a one-dimensional team. It was the single most complete game the Broncos have played this year, because you don't win that game without special teams.
Nope.
One, you had the game-winning field goal, again from Will Lutz, and he may get special teams player of the week when this thing comes out tomorrow. I wouldn't be shocked at all. How many field goals did he end up kicking?
I want to say 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah, it was around 5.
Yeah,
field
5
goals.
for 5. 5 for 5. Do we still want to get rid of Will Lutz, guys?
Yeah. Who's out there chanting that?
Like the most accurate kicker in the history of the franchise. Do we still want to move on from him? Because
Misses one field goal, and now everybody wants to get rid of my man.
that was earlier in the season. We've already long forgot about it. But
69 Slay Dragon? Dragon 69?
Dragon Slayer 69.
Yeah, what about you now, Dragon Slayer 69?
Slurping that Slurpee from 7-Eleven. You don't win without special teams. Look at that. Will Lutz went 5 for 5, including the game winner. No one got bowled over at the end of the game, and well, they kind of did, but it just didn't get blocked. You had Frank Crum blocking a field goal.
They call it dying slowly.
An extra point. Yes, that wasn't so slow last year. They remedied it this year. But you had 5 for 5 plus the game-winning field goal. Frank Crum blocking an extra point.
Yep.
You had Marvin Mims with over 100 yards in punt returns, including one that went for 70, another one under the radar more that went for 24 in a series where they only gained 1 first down, but because he returned it to midfield, they were able to kick a field goal. So, I mean, look at special teams. And then offensively, the passing attack looked as alive as it has looked at any point this year, maybe save for the Cowboys game against the league's worst defense at that time. So, you're having these two other units rise up and meet the defense. Probably not where they're at because you can't reach that high, but really healthy here going into the bye week. Really healthy.
That's what it's all about. It's all about staying healthy, continue to build off of this. You have a bye. You have some time off. Bo Nix, sit back, relax, enjoy your family. Do what one of our guys said to do when we had opened the phones, and he told Bo Nix all he needs was him to go get a massage. And I'm not going to say the other one. We'll probably play it later on for you at some point. When he does that, then he can relax his mind, relax his body. And then when it's time to go back to work, go back to work. And I think everybody's excited. You may be banged up, but it feels a little bit better being banged up knowing that you're 9-2. Knowing that when you get back to the office, you're not walking on eggshells, especially because the offense did better. Sean's going to be walking around the facility smiling from ear to ear because his offense finally contributed to something, giving the defense something to latch on to and helping them out and giving them a breather. That's what they need. They needed a breather, and that's what the Denver Broncos were able to do offensively is sustain these big, long drives.
Hey, real quick, just a side note, complete side note. You look at 3 of the quarterbacks in last year's first round of the draft in the last 8 games. In the last 8 games, Caleb Williams is 7-1, Drake May is 8-0, and Bo Nix is 8-0.
How about that?
Really interesting. Really interesting. Okay, where are we at? By the way, if you want to react to any of that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Maybe we can get into some of our listeners' responses as we appreciate you guys rocking with us here on a Tuesday. But where are we also at with the curious case of Troy Franklin? That's next.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is on a mission to feed families this holiday season, and we need your help. As part of our Fill the Truck campaign, we'll be collecting canned goods and non-perishable food items to benefit the Food Bank of the Rockies November 19th, 20th, and 21st. So stop by the Walmart Supercenter in Highlands Ranch near C470 in Quebec from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and help us fill the truck for those in need. Head to denversports.com/truck for more info. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how short this life is. We only get one crack at this, guys, and within this life, there are few things more wonderful than intimacy. But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can have devastating effects on a relationship, even your own self-confidence. Your partner can begin to blame themselves. Guys, don't let that happen. ED is a medical condition, and like most medical conditions, it's treatable. And I'm talking about treatments with success rates well over 90%. All right? Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic have served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade, so they're not new. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men, so you're not that special. ED is actually pretty common. So schedule a consult with them today. That initial visit is only $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. It's real simple. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. So stop living with ED. Call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Uh-oh, can you feel it? That's right, the temperatures are starting to drop, but that means the game day energy is heating up. Broncos country, you can feel it. The crunch of the leaves under your shoe, the chill of that air, and the sound of that crowd echoing through the mile-high city. Football is in full swing, baby. So whether you're bundling up to cheer on the Broncos at Empower Field or heading up to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, make sure you get there on time and also in style. Leave all the traffic and icy parking lots to somebody else. Let Hermes Worldwide handle all your travel needs with their luxury rides that are going to keep you warm, comfortable, and stress-free all the way to kickoff. Also, when you ride with Hermes Worldwide, they have championship-level transportation. Picture this. You and your crew rolling up to the stadium in a sleek, heated vehicle, no parking hassles, no driving worries, just a professional driver ready to get you to and from the game safely. So all I need you to do is give them a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame game at Ball Arena is Thanksgiving Saturday, and we have a deal for you as loyal listeners. Family 4-packs are now under $150 in the lower bowl while they last.
Puck on the side of the cage. Seawolves pressuring. Shot at another save by Quentin Miller.
Go to DenverPioneers.com and use code RADIO. Cheer on your 10-time national champs, your Denver Pioneers, at Ball Arena Thanksgiving Saturday.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I know you didn't plan to hear from me this early, but I'm tired of lugging this bowl full of jelly around. That's why me and Mrs. Claus are with Soda Weight Loss now. I'm losing 6 pounds a week. My knees are loving my results, and I'm keeping up with the elves again. And the wife, she's all about this healthier me. Keeps telling me I'm slaying.
Ready to slay all those holiday pictures? Get photo ready and join Soda Weight Loss right now. When you join, your partner joins for free.
With all the weight I've been losing with Soda Weight Loss, they're gonna have to make a whole new Santa suit for the big ride.
Real support and help from nutritionists who are just a call or text away. Take advantage of Soda Weight Loss's partner program. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fees. You could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Sun beat down. Oh, my God.
I was driving.
All right, you may be driving right now, and we appreciate you, whether you are or aren't. Thanks for rocking with us on a Tuesday. I want to get into a conversation about the curious case of Troy Franklin. We'll do that in about 25 seconds. First, you want to go to Phoenix this February for the biggest party in golf? It's the Fan Flyway presented by 303 Law 4040. Thomas Rogers. You have 10 minutes to call us back at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the grand prize. 2 tickets to Saturday's round at TPC Scottsdale, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Phoenix, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Thomas Rogers, you're on the clock. Call us back at 303-713-1043. If you haven't already entered, you can still sign up at thefanflyway.com and make sure to listen weekdays every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. to hear if your name is called. Where are we at with Troy Franklin? It feels like this guy is a coin flip when the ball is headed his way.
Yeah, it seems like at times he's hit or miss. When he's hitting, he's explosive as hell. He's making the plays. He's tough, Zach. He's actually surprised me a lot, and it was the Colts game where he had a screen pass, gets hit, the next play goes at that cornerback again, makes a tough catch. In that drive, he ends up scoring, and I think he touched the ball 3 or 4 times that drive. So Troy Franklin has impressed me a lot from OTAs when Sean Payton started to talk about him to camp where he was making plays every single game, and he was just a different version of himself. Remember, and I'm not afraid to say this, there was times when Troy Franklin got to the Denver Broncos where he was not being professional at all. There were times where, like, if he was undrafted or a 7th, 6th round draft pick, he would have got cut. Now, of course, there's a reason why Sean Payton believed in this kid and woke up early in the morning to call George Payton and say we need to move up to get him, and you're starting to see that. You're starting to see a more confident Troy Franklin that has all the tangibles to be a really good receiver in this league, that truly the speed, the route running ability, the toughness, he truly could turn into a receiver one, just not right now. He needs to be more consistent, and if he can do that, later on down the line in his career, he will be a receiver one.
Yeah, you said it correctly. You said he's got the tangibles, the measurables, right? He's fast. You can't coach someone to be that fast. But he's got to control the things that he can control, and he's got to catch the ball. And, you know, much like I'll often say, hey, if a quarterback throws 1 touchdown and 1 interception, they're not null and void. One thing is worse than the other thing is better. And so you can't, at this level, this is not high school, it's not college, this is the NFL. It's not 1 for 1. You can't have 1 big play for every drop. It just doesn't work like that. And if it continues to work like that, I would imagine that at a certain point in time, whether it's later this year, and it's getting late early, or it's in the middle of next year, what have you, but Pat Bryant is coming. And Pat Bryant's early returns on his reliability rating are fantastic. I don't know how they could be better. He is one of the, if not the lowest mistake rookie wide receiver I have ever seen. I've talked about his floor
Yeah.
going back to the summer. It's just insanely high. And so if you have one guy that is just so rock solid and steady at his job, who might not have as much of the explosion and speed, you could see a scenario where, and I'm not predicting this, but I'm saying you could see it, because Sutton's not going anywhere. Sutton, his extension hasn't even kicked in yet. So he's going to be here. So if Troy Franklin is not holding up his end of the bargain as wide receiver number 2, and he ends up costing the Broncos in a meaningful way, Pat Bryant is just sort of waiting in the wings and is continuing to develop and evolve.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
you know what, Zach? Sean Payton has done a great job of this can organically play out how he's thinking it's going to. Where you have Cortland Sutton, Mr. Reliable, who's a great veteran presence that's there to still teach these young receivers, but also still give you something. But what Sean wants done is Pat Bryant to emerge as receiver 2 at some point.
Yep.
And Troy Franklin to take over for Court, because he does have the speed, something that you need to be a receiver 1, the explosiveness. And I'm not saying Pat Bryant can't do it, because I believe he can. I was very impressed when they finally gave Pat Bryant the opportunity to open up and give him a ball downfield, and he took advantage of it. But when it comes to Troy Franklin, there's a reason why Bo Nix and Sean keep implementing him in the playbook or the play calling sheet, where he's the number 1 target. They want to use his speed, his athletic ability, and Bo Nix seems to be comfortable with him. And a lot of that has to do with connecting with him at Oregon, where they were teammates, where they went over 1,000 yards together, and it's looking like they want to do it here. Now, you said it earlier. Troy Franklin has to do his part. Control the controllables. Catch the damn ball. And if you can do that, you're just a dynamic player and another weapon for Bo Nix, and you can, at some point, become receiver 1 because of that.
Yeah, very interesting. Someone on the RamosLaw.com text line says, this conversation about Troy Franklin is very reminiscent of Jerry Jeudy. I would say yes and no. I understand why you're saying that. Jeudy was a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Jeudy was supposed to be a franchise cornerstone. By the way, number 1 drop rate in the NFL this year.
Jerry?
Number 1.
I'm
Number
not
1.
surprised.
Me either. And you want to know what? I got to say this before we get out of here. Sean Payton went on this really long analogy after the game on Sunday, and he was equating the players in football to hurricane windows. And he's like, you got this version, and you got the, what did he say, like the T77, you got the T89 or whatever. Yeah. It was something 89. And he said, with the most durable hurricane-resistant window, you sometimes have to make sacrifices to windows that look better.
Oh, yeah.
That like are more pleasing to the eye, and you have to say no to that window and say, I'm going to go with the more durable at the sacrifice of the aesthetic nature of it.
Yeah.
And of course, he's talking about football players, and he's saying sometimes you have to say no to the really, really talented, really guy that just flashes and has all this stuff, but he just doesn't have the makeup to make it through the storm, to handle adversity.
You think he was thinking of Jerry Jeudy?
I do.
Ooh.
I do. Or Jeudy amongst the players he was thinking of.
It's not like he was taking a shot. But
no. I'm speculating.
Yeah, and also for Sean, he tried to make it work. He didn't want to trade Jerry Jeudy.
He did not.
Remember, he had a chance to.
He did.
He declined it.
Good memory.
Continued to go with Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy actually wanted out of here.
Correct.
And so by the end of the year, Sean said, you know what? Let's grant you that wish, and let's bring in some guys that I want. Some guys, like you said, that I can trust, that have better makeup. And that's something that he did, and thankfully because he did that, now Jerry got his money and he got his time. But for the Denver Broncos, it's been a great situation because now you do have Troy Franklin who's starting to come along.
Yeah.
And you do got Pat Bryant that's finally getting the opportunities, and he's taking advantage of them.
Yep, and Mims back in the fold.
And Mims.
You're going to see him featured more following the bye week. And I'll share just one more thing because I know we got to go. But I shared this on the air, and I was a part of a conversation last summer with a member of the Broncos that if I said his name, you guys would all know. And he said, we had to just get rid of some of the turds.
Mm.
And that you got to remember who was on that team previously. It was Frank Clark, it was Jerry Jeudy, and
Some of those turds had corn in it.
They did. They did. But when Sean made that comment, in his heart of hearts or his mind's eye, I believe he was talking about the Jerry Jeudy variety of player.
Yeah.
All right. What did we learn today in Denver sports? That's how we'll finish up next.
The Broncos walked off the Chiefs and took a commanding lead in the AFC West. By taking down Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, did Sean Payton officially prove that Denver is a true contender? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Gobble, 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 gobble. Oh man, I do a terrible turkey impersonation. Hey everybody, Dan Jacobs from Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Those of you that listen to the Dan Jacobs Show know that I just love the holidays. But I also know these holidays in particular can be really tough on a lot of people, whether it's the government shutdown, inflation, the economy, whatever it is, or some people just have a hard time during the holidays as it is every single year. It's just a hard time of year for them. As always, we want to be here for you. If we can help out with a little bit of that with free food and groceries, we would love to have you any first or third Thursday of the month. Come on out to Eastern Hills Church at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road. We're even doing smoked ham and turkey this month in honor of Thanksgiving. So if you need it, anybody, no questions asked. You just pull up and pop the trunk. 4 to 6 p.m., Eastern Hills Community Church, every first and third Thursday, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. The Fed just dropped rates again, and that's really great news for American homeowners. If you're feeling overwhelmed, thinking about the upcoming holidays, there is no better time than now to get your finances in order. With rates dropping, now is the time to pay off that debt. American Financing is helping homeowners access the equity in their home for instant savings. They're saving people just like you an average of $800 a month, and many are seeing rates in the low 5s. That's a game changer compared to those sky-high credit cards. And if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. It costs absolutely nothing to find out how much you can save. The holidays are going to be here before you know it, so don't wait. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. American Financing can be reached at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Dental phobia? Consider sedation dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, coloradosedation.com.
Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach Vai and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Tuesday. And before we jump back into things, I have to ask you a question. Did you know that 1 in 8 people in Colorado, including 1 in 7 kids, experience food insecurity? This is why Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and Walmart are teaming up, and we invite you to help. On November 19th, which is tomorrow, November 20th and the 21st. So tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., you can join us at the Highlands Ranch Walmart near C470 and Quebec to fill the truck by donating food products to the food bank of the Rockies. For more information and a list of most needed items, head to DenverSports.com/truck. And you never know. When you go and try to do something good for our community, you might see Phillip Lindsay. You might see Mike Evans, Brandon Stokely, Josh Dover, Cecil Lammy, Mark Schlereth. We are all going to take turns being out there. Okay, shifting gears here a little bit. It's been a fun show. A lot of really fun conversations. And I said going into the most recent break, what did we learn today in Colorado sports or Denver sports or Colorado sports? Because I want to get into some Deion Sanders stuff tomorrow because he spoke today and I thought it was interesting. But what did we learn? We learned how many people watched Broncos Chiefs. Do you remember the number I threw out there late last week? I said,
was it 20? Was it over 20?
So you're close. I said, it's not a primetime game, but it's in that afternoon time slot. But it's going up against another really good game, and I forget who. I think it was a Seahawks and Rams. I want to say. Yep. And so I'm like, man, so they're going up against another big boy game, but this one has some cachet. And I said, I'll bet 18 million people watch the game. Well, we have the numbers. Broncos Chiefs was the number 1 program in all of TV through week 11, and it drew over 26 million viewers.
On 2 o'clock. It started at 2:25.
Wow, yeah.
Mountain time.
Right, and that's the 4:25 Eastern time slot. So there were so many Americans who built their day around Broncos Chiefs. That is just...
Broncos are back.
Crazy. Broncos are back. The most watched program of the week on any television network, okay? NFL on CBS, National Game Window, 4:25 Eastern, ranks as the number 1 program in all of television, all right? The doubleheader average that they had on CBS, 22 million. Second best week 11 viewership since 1998. And man, oh man, I just printing viewership, which of course you're able to charge more for commercials when, like next season, when these renewals come up from Old Spice and all these things. It's like,
so Denver doesn't get a cut of that though, right?
No.
When it comes to the viewers, and that would be the NFL.
Yeah, it would be the league. Now, I believe that there's like a revenue distribution, so I think they get a cut, of the big total pie, but not that specific pie. But of course, that specific pie goes to the bigger pie. So, but yeah, man, that was must watch TV. That was must watch, and it didn't disappoint as it was nip and tuck for 4 quarters.
The same, Zach, literally the same thing that happened to the Denver Broncos last year in Arrowhead happened here in Denver, where you find a way to get this game-winning field goal. You block it up well. Will Lutz, in the same position he was last year,
incredible,
knocks it in finally. Well, it wasn't because of him the first time. And the Denver Broncos win. 9-2, baby.
Gosh. Hey, Broncos are back.
We're back. Yes, Sam Ellinger. We are back.
Oh, my God. You having fun, Sergio?
Having the time of his life.
All right. This is fun, man. This is fun. Appreciate you guys being with us here on a Tuesday. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Already have some fun stuff planned, but that'll do it for now. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
The Fan Flyaway is back. Presented by 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. To kick off 2026, Denver Sports 1043 The Fan is sending you to Phoenix for the biggest party in golf. Airfare, hotel, tickets, and $500 in spending money all included. First, head to thefanflyaway.com to register. Then tune in every hour to see if your name is called. If you hear your name, you have 10 minutes to call us back and be entered into the grand prize drawing. That's thefanflyaway.com. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat.